right, all right. Looks like we are live. Once again, what is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Shout outs, guys. Welcome to the PlayerEssence live stream today. We got a great show for you guys. A lot of gaming news to go over, man. Like, I was actually surprised with how much gaming news dropped today. I did not expect it to be on a random Thursday there to be major gaming news, but we got a brand new Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Animal Crossing New Horizons dropping in a couple months, or dropping in a few months, November, December, January. So yeah, about 3 months, a little bit less than 3 months, about 2 months. So a brand new Animal Crossing update, free update plus Switch 2 edition. We also got a brand new Resident Evil style of game called The Florist that's set for the Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, and PC, which you guys are going to check out that trailer. It actually looks pretty good. If you're into old school fixed camera angle Resident Evil, you're going to want to check out this game. So we're going to talk about that in just a bit. We also have updates to Resident Evil. I made a short on it recently on the channel, and I want to talk about it here. Resident Evil on Switch 2 has gotten a lot of people to buckle from their game key card situation. So we're going to talk about that with the Resident Evil Generation Pack that's coming to the Switch 2, plus Amiibo, plus a Pro Controller, plus a pre-order bonus. Like, there's all sorts of stuff with Resident Evil, man. So it's quite stacked today. Quite stacked today when it comes to content, when it comes to what to expect. But before we get into anything else, let's get into some shout outs. My man Dior was always here first. Shout outs to Dior, man. You are the GOAT, man. You are the GOAT. So shout outs to my man Dior. Appreciate it. Many of you, one of many GOATs here on PlayerEssence overall. So yeah, man. Let's get into more of the shout outs. General Zamora is here. What up, General Zamora? Clabbin Nandafo, Elite Ninja Extraordinaire, Nintendork. What up, the dork that Nintends? Yo, what's good, man? Party Man, what is up? Welcome. David V, what's up, David V? Welcome. Kevin, shout outs to Kevin. Yo, SG, what's up, man? Joseph Andrew, Hyrule Warriors downloaded right now. Can't wait to play it next week. Yes, sir. November 6th, so Thursday next week, about a week from now. D Money, Paul Gale is here. What's up, Paul Gale? Welcome. Yon Emulation, what's up, man? What is good? What is good? Welcome to the stream. Jamar, what's up, Jamar? Welcome. Key cards are here to stay, but an SD card if you're concerned about the servers going down. Yeah, you just have to download it. But the thing about it is that I think that there's a little bit of a problem because people think that it's necessarily tied to like a server, which I guess it would be. But even like the servers that have went down for like the WiiWare or Wii U eShop 3DS, you can still connect your system online and re-download any software you already purchased. So there's also that. So I think Nintendo would have to completely, like, everything would have to shut down for Nintendo. Like, all of their services would have to shut down for the game to not be playable, which probably won't happen anytime soon. Let's see here. Shout out to CSQ, though. Elements Nullify. What's up, Elements? Welcome. 91 Gamer Boy. What's good, man? J2 Blue. What is up? Glenmore Register. Pro Joe says, we back. Yo, what up? Light it up. Shout outs to see the homies roll through. Marcel Wade. Psycho Pie. What up, Psycho Pie? PlayerEssence and Friends. It's like Garfield and Friends. You know what I'm saying? Like Garfield and Friends. Yo, David V with the 20 months. What's up, David V? Hope your day's going good today. My day's great, man. I can't complain. I didn't get a chance to work out today, which was unfortunate just because my wife was doing a lot of grocery shopping, so I was taking care of the boy at home. Yeah, I didn't really do much today outside of I did an extra video, and I guess this morning I was editing really early in the morning, so I guess I did a lot today, but it didn't feel like it. But yeah. Shout outs to my man David. But yeah, it was a good day, man. How was your day? What's up, Dane? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today, brother? Shout outs to Elite Ninja Dane. Someone on Earth says, how's everyone's progress in Z? I barely go through much, been too busy. I'm about nearly 40 hours in, so I should have the game beat by this weekend or early next week, right before Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment comes out. So I want to have the game beat by next week. So hopefully I can get that done. Halloween plans. I'll probably stream. We'll see. We'll see though. You know, overall, we will see. We will see when it comes down to that. Let's see. Do you think we'll ever get a villain origin story for a Bowser game, for example? I mean, it's definitely possible, Joseph. I just don't know, like, if that's ever going to be like a thing. You know, like the origin story of Bowser. I mean, that'd be kind of fun to play. I mean, if they did it right. What's up, Shinru? Welcome, man. How you doing today, brother? Good to see Elite Ninja Roundtable. My man Shinru in the house. What's good? I told my wife about Panera too, so we're gonna go maybe this weekend or next. When is? I think Halloween's tomorrow, right? Isn't Halloween tomorrow? Yeah, I think it's tomorrow, right? When is Halloween? Yeah, it's tomorrow. So yeah. Shout outs to Shinru with the 56 months of Elite Ninja membership. Says 56 months of real Ambu tier. Unbiased Nintendo news. I have to ask you, OJ. You said you take meds to play FPS games like Metroid Prime. Is it worth it for your health to do that? Asking that it concerns, brother. It's not really meds as in like prescription medication. It's just over-the-counter Dramamine. So it's just non-drowsy medication. So no, Dramamine is completely fine. Like, I mean, obviously you can OD on anything, but I'm not going to be ODing on Dramamine just to play Metroid Prime. Dramamine, people take it. Like, if you get car sick, you can take Dramamine. If you get air sick, you can take Dramamine. If you just get nauseous, you know, doing certain things, you can take it. So it's not anything, it's not like meds as in like prescription medication or as in like doctor, you know, I gotta go take you know, get a health checkup. It's just over the counter Dramamine, so nothing too crazy. Shout outs though, appreciate the concern. What's up, 777 OG OG? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? What is good? What is good? I was planning on playing Pumpkin Jack as I was planning to play Pumpkin Jack as a Halloween. Do you ever play OJ? Apparently it's a great 3D platformer. I've never played Pumpkin Jack. I don't know what that is, so haven't played it. There are many people that still have no idea that PS5 disc still requires an install, which makes it truly not physical, but they counter argue that at least you can install offline. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a physical disc. It's just not a true 100% physical disc, because in my opinion, physical is when you actually play off of that media. It's not installing off of that media. That disc now becomes a verification disc because now you're playing off the SSD. You're not playing off of the disc itself. But I think people are just more worried about the preservation aspect of it because the data is still there, I guess, you know, which has nothing to do with the online or nothing to do with downloading. So I think that's where they're coming from. But yeah, it's still, I mean, listen, I like physical media too. I think that PS5 discs are definitely better than game key cards overall, but PS5 discs aren't better than true Nintendo Switch 2 physicals, like Donkey Kong Bonanza, for example, or you know, any of the Nintendo Switch 2 edition games or Mario Kart World. Those are all better physicals than any PS5 game, in my opinion. Because you can plug and play. Like with the Nintendo Switch 2 cartridge, I mean, if there's an update, you can download the update, but with Pokemon Legends ZA, the first update was already on the cart. I literally just plugged the cart in and I started playing right away. There was no update. It was instant. Boom. Load up. I was already playing the game within legitimately like less than a minute or so. Like from I bought it, got home, put it. I streamed, right? And I just boom, put the cartridge in, started playing right away. And the update was already on. The first update was already on there. So to me, that's the right way. That's the right way. But nobody does it that way. Nintendo's the only company. Like they're like the last beacon of actual real physical, you know? So yeah. Let's see here. Thought of someone ODing on Dramamine is wild. I mean, you'd have to take quite a bit of Dramamine to OD on it. Like they're little tiny little you know, circular tablets that like melt in your mouth. So I mean, you'd have to take, and like they don't sell them in like large amounts, so you'd have to take quite a bit of it. Like you'd have to be absolutely insane. You know, to OD on Dramamine. So yeah, it's no big deal. I actually had one like Dramamine, like I had like one pack that I used. Like I think I used it for like almost a year. I used like the whole pack, and that was for like flying, because I was flying a lot. I flew to Hawaii, I flew to Nigeria, I flew back from Nigeria. You know, I was flying to Germany or Amsterdam or wherever. So I had a whole pack, because I do get air sick, I do get car sick, I do get boat sick as well. I get any type of vehicle moving unless I'm driving, I'm likely or potential to get sick, which it wasn't like that before. I mean, actually, no, it's kind of always been like that, but you know, it just gets worse and worse. But like, yeah. But I did like when I went to Hawaii for my mom's birthday. I didn't tell my family that I get boat sick because I didn't want to ruin like the whole, you know, trip. So I didn't tell them, but I didn't know that we were going on a boat. And of course I got I got seasick, I guess, boat sick. I got seasick and I was throwing up the whole time. I was throwing up pretty much the whole boat ride, you know, back in 2019 when I went to Hawaii. So that was fun. Let's see here. Simeon Coin with the $5 dono and says, evening OJ, just getting in. I'm at rank C, 4 days to go, rank A online. Got Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Yeah, I got to get that done myself as well. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 midnight. Got level 14 and died because I got far by 3 a.m. Mega Man 5 cries. Hey, shout outs, man. I got you, dude. Thank you so much for your $5 striking that first. Ninja Blood. Appreciate you, fam. Shout outs to Simeon Coin. Mega Man 5 first dono. And yeah, remember guys, if you drop a dono today, make sure you put your what's it called? Put your music request like Simeon Coin did. And if a video game track. And if I can play it, I will. Plus, I'll get your name on the board here as well. Remember, you made fun of the Dragon Quest music horn, saying it was for Noodle Arm nerds playing the Dragon Quest 2 HD 2D, Dragon Quest 1 and 2, Ball Pit, indie game, amazing. Fire Dig. Oh, yeah. That game's really good from what I understand. So yeah, big love to my man, Simeon Coin. You are on the board. Anybody that's 5 or more, you can tie up or beat out Simeon Coin on the board. And then, of course, we have full combo rewards and effects today, boys and girls. Let's go. But yes, I do remember making fun of people who like Dragon Quest music with the horns. Yeah, Dragon Quest music, it's like a love and hate relationship with Dragon Quest music. I think that there are bangers in Dragon Quest, but there's a lot of like nonsense. Well, not nonsense, but just not my style. So yeah, I think that's a thing. Alpha's beating your blast on ZA. Yeah, man, you got to be ready for them alphas, man. They're coming after you. Side note, I bought Doom Dark Ages for $20 on Xbox at Target. Good for you, man. Have fun. I'll pass. I'll pass. I'll respectfully pass. But I hope you have fun, man. I hope you have fun. Let's see here. Animal Crossing is one of those games that you wouldn't think be so addicted until you play it. Minecraft was the same way. Yeah, Animal Crossing is super addictive. So basically, motion sickness. My ex has bad motion sickness too. Yeah, motion sickness. I mean, like I said, it's not for everything, but it's not every time. It's just a lot of times. So, for example, like the last time that I flew, I didn't take any Dramamine and I was okay. Back in 2021. I also flew again. I flew out to too many games. Where else did I fly to? I flew to Seattle. A couple of years ago, Nintendo Live, and I didn't take any Dramamine there. I was fine for those, you know. So yeah. So flying, it seems to be like I don't really need it, but really it's more like the first person games. And like I said, if I go on a boat, definitely. If I go on a boat, and if I'm driving in a car, like if I'm a passenger, I'll probably see if I can take some. If I'm a passenger, but if I'm driving, I'm okay. Let's see here. Dorks is waiting 5 years for a game. What's a few extra minutes to iron out the last minute things? Day 1 patch is free to cost. Bigger fish to fry when the world ends. Happens. Okay, no problem. Dork, shout outs. Let's see here. Your Bulls and my Sixers are still undefeated. Let's go. It's really early. I don't even pay attention to the beginning of the NBA season because there's too many games. So let's see if the Bulls can keep that up for longer than the first number of games. But their roster, it's not that good, you know. I mean, like, I think they're taking teams by surprise, but I looked at the Bulls roster and I did see some of the highlights, and I don't think they're that good, to be honest, but we'll see what happens. But that roster can't win a playoff series. I don't think it can win a playoff series. So that's why I'm not super excited, because when Josh Giddey's your best player on the team, yeah, that's not something to be excited about. Shout outs to Bead Queen. What's up, Bead Queen? The queen of all beads. Welcome. So I know that's why, yeah, like I said, I'm just not, I can't get excited right now, but we'll see. Must be rough, OJ. I know someone that can't even handle screen shake effects in the games. Oh yeah, screen shakes can definitely get me a little bit nauseous too, if I'm not careful, but yeah. What's up, Nintendo? What's up, man? Welcome. Music Quest Mega Man 5 Crystal Stage. Oh, yeah, I played it for you. Shout out Simeon Quinn. I appreciate you, fam. Austin Reeves balling for the Lakers. Had a 50-point game. Game winner the other day. Oh, yeah. He's been playing pretty good. But once again, I don't pay attention to NFL. Or, sorry, NBA this early. Just because there's way too many games. So, yeah. Let's see. Machine Wolf 86. What's up, Machine Wolf? Welcome to the stream. Hey, man, I just want to say sorry you've been getting so much heat after all the Switch 2 drama. Glad to see you finally dying down after the narratives were shattered by Kirby hype. Much love, man. I mean, listen, I don't really pay attention in terms of getting heat, like from like other content creators or whatever the case is. I mean, like, I don't care. You guys know me, man. I'm pretty leveled. I'm pretty, whatever. I know some people got mad at some of the stuff that I was saying, or I was, talking trash to people back and forth and whatever. And like, yeah, that's fine. It's all part of the game, in my opinion. So it's like, it's no big deal. It's no big deal at all. And it's fine. Like I said, I was right on 99% of the stuff that I said about Switch 2 before, during, and now after. Like, was I not right about it? So as long as, I try to do my best to get the correct information, and I don't have to go out there like some of these other guys and have to constantly make correction videos or just basically flat out lie, it's okay by me, But like I said, I know it makes them sick that, their Steam Decks and some of their other things, aren't doing well. But I found it funny, though, because some of these people, they'll sit back and they'll call me shill, and they'll go nuts on me about my whole Steam Deck video that I made. And they'll call me a shill for that. I'm bootlicking in a shill. Yet they go out there and they beg Microsoft for $1,000 system to review it. And talk about, oh, I'm reviewing this $1,000 Xbox ROG Ally that I didn't buy. I bought my Switch 2. I bought my games for the Switch 2. Yes, sometimes Nintendo gives me free copies, or I'll get free copies from their places. I'm not the one going around calling everybody else shill, though. I'm not the one going around calling everybody else shill and bootlicker. But you got other guys, fake tough guys that dress up in suits, that are sitting here calling other people shill. Yet they're DMing Microsoft for $1,000 ROG Allies to review. Yeah, that's going to be a fair review, right? That's going to be a fair review. $1,000 systems. I bought my Switch 2, okay? I bought my Switch 2. So you can't really take a lot of these guys that were, giving me heat or whatever seriously, because they've exposed themselves. Once again, they had to DM Microsoft to ask for a system, to beg for, why don't you just go out there and buy it? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you just go buy it? I buy all my systems. I've never got a system for free when it comes to a main video games, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. I bought all of them, so, and those people are they're the ones that are calling people shill. They're the ones that are sitting there begging for systems, DMing Microsoft for systems, and then you're calling somebody else a shill? These guys are a joke. So they proved themselves to be a joke throughout this whole process. Only talk about Nintendo to try to make clout, because once again, actually talking about PC gaming or other things is boring. A lot of people don't care. So yeah, I'm not really too worried about it, essentially. They expose themselves for who they are. So yeah. Let's see here. Shout outs to Dane Gonzalez with the $1 dono. It says, just finished the last temple in Tears of the Kingdom. Now I'm grabbing the tears around the map. Curious how you approach Tears of the Kingdom as a completionist. How many hours did you put into it? I think 100 and like something, like 120 or 150, somewhere in that range. And did you finish all the shrines quests? No, I didn't. At some point I was like, okay, I just got to beat the game because it's been taking way too long, and I had other stuff to play. so yeah. I just think that if you've already beaten the game and all that, you're good heading into Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. You're good, Let's see here. Yeah, it makes no sense. It's BS double standards. They realize I have nothing to complain about. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a non-biased review when you just got set $1,000. Not like it's a $200 system or a $300 system, but $1,000 system, $1,000. And like I said, I wouldn't have any problem with that. People get free systems, people get free games and can do stuff all the time. But my issue specifically is that certain people are out there calling others bootlickers and shills and things like that. And then they have no problem accepting handouts, shilling for handouts for $1,000 systems. And I said this, how many times, Nick, have I said this? How many times have I said this to you guys? It's not about consumer friendly. It's not about what's best for consumers. It's about these crazy PC guys that think that PC should just dominate everything okay? And they found an easy way to make a quick buck. But if it was up to them, PC would just be everything, and there'd be nobody else. It would be all PC, and everything would be that, and they get everything that they want, and Valve would just have a monopoly, and they'd be completely fine and happy with that. That's what it's about. Like I said, they've exposed themselves. $1,000 free systems. Wow, that's crazy. Calling other people shill and bootlicker. That's wild. I think we know who the shill and bootlicker is now at this point. You know. Let's see here. Let's see. Appreciate you, OJ. SMT5 Cadavers Hollow, bro. Yo, shout outs, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the 43 months. Let's see. What's up, Squirrella? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? What's up, Artie Rose? Welcome. How you doing today? Excited for the update? Yeah, the update looks pretty cool. Update looks pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it too as well. Like, I already have the game, so it'll just be like a $5 update for me, but we'll go over some of that stuff. Well, we know why Microsoft isn't making gaming Surface PC anytime soon, if ever. Yeah, maybe. Maybe on that one. So, shout out to the gold. Wait, hold up. What'd you say? Who is that? Is it Ji-Sun-Su? Just shout out to the Golden Year Warriors. Nice. Okay. Oh, Golden State Warriors. Okay, gotcha. Nice start to the season. Yeah, they have a nice start as well. Nice start as well. Let's see, they brought back NES and AC. Yeah, they did bring that back, which I thought was pretty cool. That was one of the things that I liked in the original game, was that you can do that, you know? Yo, Kevin with the $6 holla.
Can I get any music from Resident Evil 4?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Any music from Resident Evil 4? That's one of my favorites, by the way. Shout outs to my man, Kevin. You are now the new Hokage and Stream Ninja with the $6. Anybody does 6 or more, you can type or pass them up. Let's go. Thank you for the support. And we're only 4 combos away from a 15-minute extension on tonight's stream. Let's get it. Thank you guys for your support, man. All right. Let me get that music going, but let me put this new thing in here first. Yeah, Resident Evil, goated game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm thinking that Capcom's going to do Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 3, 4, and, or no, not 3, 4, and 5. I think they're going to do Resident Evil, yeah, 4 remake, 3 remake, and maybe 6. And they're going to do that as like a triple pack or something like that. Or maybe 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, yeah, 4, 5, and 6, or 3, 4, and 5. Maybe something like that. We'll see. On the Switch 2 next year. Maybe late next year or 2027. I'm not sure when they're going to do it, but they're going to do it. They're definitely going to do it at some point. All right, Resident Evil 4 music. I've had a very long, hard work week. Oh, man. Sorry about that, Squirrella. Hopefully you can relax this weekend, yeah? Hopefully you can relax this week. This is hard. The music in Resident Evil is so kind of muted. It's hard to hear it, so hopefully you can hear that. I'm gonna have to cop the RE pack and amiibo. Yeah, I actually pre-ordered it. I don't like this one. Hold up. I actually pre-ordered the, this is my first game key cards. I had to do it though, because that Resident Evil Generation Pack is a great deal. Because you get Resident Evil 7 and you get Resident Evil 8 for $10 each. And then you get the Resident Evil, you know, Requiem game. You get that for the $70 normal, but then you get 7 and 8 for $10. And that's the gold edition. It has all the content on there. I might give Resident Evil 7 another try. I don't know, man. We'll see. But yeah, getting all that in the same pack for 80, for 90, that's a pretty good deal. So I have to pre-order it. Plus, it seems like they're going to stop selling it after March 31st, so it is limited time. So it's a very limited time deal. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. So yeah. Let's see. Did you see that RE Switch 2 pack? RE7? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about that right now. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have, let's see, I got my Switch 2 copy of Dragon Quest 1 and 2 today. Gonna get as far as I can before Age of Imprisonment. I had to there's just certain games, Epic Globster, that I had to just say, you know what, I can't play right now. And that was an unfortunate casualty, was Dragon Quest 1 and 2, just because I'm still playing Pokemon Legends ZA. What was it? Final Fantasy Tactics, I had to play that game, or I couldn't even play that game. Like Ninja Gaiden 4, I still got to play that game. I mean, there's just way too many games at this point, and I just don't have time to play them all. So yeah. Let's see here. Are all 3 games key cards? Yes, all 3 are key cards. All 3 are. It's not like one key card and then it's like, you know, like one of them's on cartridge and like the other 2 are just like on there, which they could have done that. They could have done like they do like with the Switch 1. But I think that the pack would have cost way more than $90. Like if they actually did like a real physical cartridge, it probably would have been jacked up. Like if you talk about each game individually, because it's 3 separate boxes. It's not just one game and then like you just download the rest like Switch 1 games had. It's 3 separate game key cards. So if they actually did it to where it was 3 separate cartridges in one box, I mean, I'm guessing it'd be $150 to $180, maybe more. So yeah, I like RE, but the puzzles drive me ape. Yeah, sometimes the puzzles in RE can be really lame. I'll keep it a buck. Sometimes the puzzles can be super lame, and you're like, oh my god, what is that? So yeah, absolutely, I can see that for sure. You know, I don't blame you. We're drowning in games. Yeah, there's a lot of games, man. There are so many games. Like I said, it's crazy. OJ bought. I know. I finally bought game key cards, which I said that I was gonna buy. You know, Final Fantasy VII Remake. On a game key card, so I knew I was gonna get one at some point, but it had to be like a good deal. Like notice how people are like softening on it if it's like an incredible deal. If it's like full price, you know, people are like, what? But if it's like you can get Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated like with some nice little bonuses and extras for $40, then excuse me, then yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Excuse me, sorry about that, guys. Shout outs to SG joining the Jonin Tier Squad Elite Ninja. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, SG. I did not expect that from you. Thank you for the Jonin Tier pledge. Let's go, man. Let's get 3 elite. Let's get 3 points on the board for that one. So we're at 14 on the board. One more combo. 15-minute extension. Let's go. What's up, Matt? Welcome to the stream. What is good? What is good? Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Seeing Ubisoft, Square Enix, and Capcom put their best foot forward for the Switch 2 amazing me. Saw badly Atlas read the room with Reload. I know, man. Like, they really read the room. They should have waited, but I'm guessing that they didn't have any choice. I'm guessing that they're like, hey, look, we got other games that are coming out. We just got to get this game out, and we'll just patch it as we go along. So, yeah, very unfortunate that they couldn't do the same. But, I mean, you don't have to buy it at launch. Like, Persona 3 Reload, you can wait. You know, that's what I said. I'm like, oh, I can just wait for it. Like, when it's done, when they're done with it, then I can pick it up. Because I still want to pick it up on Switch too. I'm just gonna wait for like the patches to come out. You know. Let's see here. I'm that much of a Castlevania fan. Ate up RE8. I ate it up. RE7 made me rage. Put it back on Luigi's Mansion 2. Yeah, I mean they're different games, but they're similar, of course. But they have different concepts and like certain. Like, there's definitely a number of different things between 7 and 8. Let's see here. Any other ninjas playing Final Fantasy Tactics? I've really been enjoying it on Switch too. I have not, and I have it, but I haven't been playing it. But I need to play it just because I just don't have time. It's annoying that RE7 and RE8 aren't releasing before RE9. They're all releasing on the same day. They're all released. RE7, RE8 are all releasing, yeah, on the same day. So, like, I get why maybe you want to stagger it, but I think that you just drop them all on the same day, pick up what you want, make it a whole thing, you know, make it a whole day. But yeah, no, we don't have any ETA on performance update. We don't know if Daemon X Machina is going to get a performance update on Switch 2. So no, there's nothing. They haven't said anything either. General Zamor with the $5 donut says, I had a pepperoni twist with dog bites from Wetzel Pretzel today. Really delicious with the jalapeno cheddar sauce. Hey, there you go, pepperoni twist with some dog bites. Ooh. This man really went in. I don't eat any. I didn't eat the hot dog bites from there, but I bet they're pretty good. But yeah, good stuff there. Good stuff. All right, so we got a Wetzel fan, new Wetzel fan in the house. Let's go. 19 on the board. We got the first one. Combo breaks, and you guys know the deal. 15-minute extension. Overclock, baby.
Overclock Buster.
Shout outs. Appreciate that. Hey, what up, Egomaniac? Welcome to the stream. Outer Worlds 2 on the way. First game was decent. Hopefully this one's way better. Still a fan of Obsidian with New Vegas. Yeah, I had to pass on that game too after. I mean, I wasn't gonna buy it anyway, but you know, yeah, I just had to. I played the first one and I was like, this is just not me. So yeah, I had to pass on that one. But it looks cool for those who like it though. So yeah. Shout outs to General Zamora. Thank you for the $5 dono. 19 on the board, guys. Thank you so much for the 15-minute extension. Locked in, 2 hours and 15 minutes. You still extend it out to 2 hours and 30. Get 30 on the overclock board, and we'll get that. Shout outs, guys. Gaming, hey, what's up, Gaming Mariner? Welcome. People make big deal out of the keycard, but PS and Xbox been doing digital for years. What you expected? Yeah. Listen, I'll say this, man. And I'm gonna get to your comment, Artisan Gamer, about my video, but I said I don't know what their solution is gonna be, because with the Switch 1, you can just nuke the textures. I mean, you had a lot of games that they would just completely nuke the textures. They would just, it's a lower quality game, lower quality audio, lower quality textures, lower quality anything. But once we figured out exactly how quality the Switch 2 was, how it's going to have games that are near or at the quality of PS5 and Xbox Series, or even PS4, Xbox One, I was like, I don't know what they're going to do with file size, because with Switch 1, you can do that. But with Switch 2, it's not going to be acceptable. Like, when you buy a third-party game, you're going to expect it to look almost as good or near PS4, PS5 level, right? So I didn't know what they were going to do with that. So I knew there was going to be some type of concession, because game key cards were on the Nintendo Switch 1 as well. They just didn't have a name for it. It would just be just an, hey, look, internet, download is required. So I knew that they'd have to do something, and I didn't know what the solution was going to be. And this is it. The Artisan says, OJ, your vid earlier, 11 potential big Nintendo Switch 2 selling games. You forgot a new Switch 2 sports entry and a new 2D Mario game. I think I said 2D Mario, if I'm not correct. I think I said 2D Mario. At least I know I wrote it down. Maybe I didn't say it. But yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a new 2D Mario game anytime soon. But yeah, that can definitely be one. And yeah, a new Switch sports game, those are like, they're not like instant system sellers. They're like long burns. They don't, at this point, they don't sell systems like crazy, but they just become like casual evergreen games. So I agree that it could be, but I don't think people are going to rush out. Like if there's a Nintendo Switch Sports 2, right? Or Nintendo Switch 2 Sports, Switch 2, I don't know, whatever, however they call it. I don't think people are going to rush out and buy the Switch 2 for that. I think that over time, those games have a, have a casual following, and they'll do really well over a super long time period. So that's why I didn't include that game. PlayerEssence, April 26, 2026. National Pretzel Day. What's up, OJ? Do you think that the companies are working on 2 terabyte above for the Switch 2 memory cards? I mean, it's possible. Memory card is getting full. I mean, if you have a 1 terabyte memory card and it's already getting full, it's time to just delete some games, man. Like, you're not playing everything on that memory card, Gaming Mariner. So, like, if I were you, like, there's no need to sit there and try to just fill it up all the way to the brink, to the max. So, I mean, if you're filling up a 1 terabyte card, dude, just delete some games. That's all you gotta do. Like, just delete some games. You don't have to sit there and fill up a 2 terabyte card full of games. There's no way that you're gonna be able to play all those, So sorry about the loud noises, guys. I got people driving and stuff, so sorry about that. So, you forgot my Cadaverous Hollow. Oh, I did forget your Cadaverous Hollow. I'm sorry about that, Nintendork. Thank you for the support, though, brother. Let me get your Cadaverous Hollow coming up right now, man. All right, I'm gonna play it right now. Thank you, Nintendork, for the 43 months of membership, man. I appreciate that. Great afternoon, OJ. Hope all's well for you. Yeah, shout outs, man. Everything's good, man. I hope you're okay too. Let's see here. The universe is forcing me to make more money. It's forcing you. Got to do your best. Oh man. Let's see here. Hey, what's up? J Will Presents. Welcome to the stream. Brand Smith. I hope they do some type of update though for Daemon X Machina. That is one of my most disappointing games, because I thought that they were gonna do make this is a Switch 2 game. It is not a Switch 2 game, man. It is simply just a Switch. It's just a PC game that's shoddily ported over to the Switch 2, which is very unfortunate that they didn't do, something better than that. So yeah. TikTok Gen Switch games every 10 minutes. All right. Excuse me sorry about that, guys. I got 791 left in my 1 terabyte express card with plenty of key cards. Yeah, like, you guys just need to just start, you know, deleting some games that you don't play anymore. You don't have to just keep everything loaded on there. There's no way that you're going to go there and play everything that you have on there. So the games that you know that you're not going to play, like, you know that you're done with it, just go ahead and delete those. And a lot of times, you know, it's like the Fortnites and stuff like that. Sometimes you want to have those ready to go. But I mean, if you have some games that you've already beaten a number of times or you don't need anymore, you can delete those and clear up easy enough amount of space. Like, believe it or not, guys, I never once changed any of my memory cards. Like, I never expanded my memory on PS5 or Series X, and like I had the 500 gigabyte, right? Like, I think it was a 500 gigabytes or whatever. Like, I had like the base PS5, whatever that launch model PS5 number was. I had that. However much gigabytes you got in there, I forgot how much you get in there, but I had that. And my Xbox Series X, same thing. Like, whenever I'd run out of space, I would just delete something that I don't play. Like, and I never got any upgrade for it. So, and I was fine. So yeah. So yeah, it's still sit up. It's so disappointing. I feel you, Brand Smith, man. But yeah, it's disappointing that they went that route. I was definitely shocked that was what they decided to do with that game. I mean, it's nobody bought it on PS5 and Xbox Series anyway. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know what they were thinking. I really have no idea what they were thinking. Let's see here. Daemon X Machina actually plays well for me. They fixed a couple things. Overall, I've had no issues. Okay, I didn't hear about that. You know, the testing saw it running like at 20 FPS at times. So, I don't know if they got it to a lock 30. But, I mean, that's a game that should be at 60 FPS on Switch too. There's no reason why that game should not be 60 FPS, considering it runs, you know, I don't think it runs at a lock 60 on Steam Deck, but it runs like at a 45 on Steam Deck, depending on what settings you put. So there definitely should have been some performance options for the Switch 2 version of the game, you know. So yeah. I can simply delete the games after completing them. No need for me to expand. There you go. What's up, Boom Mini? What is good? See, those memory cards are expensive. I just bought a 512 gigabyte one. Yeah, I mean, I got a PS5 Pro, so I don't need it to buy another one. But I haven't even downloaded all the games that I already had on my base PS5 before when I transferred everything over to my PS5 Pro. I didn't even bother, you know, transferring all the games. I just, whatever I was playing, I just downloaded those, and I was like, I'm good till something else comes out so that I want to play. In the end of the year stream, there should be the most disappointing games of the year. Sounds like a Daemon X Machina would be up there. Yeah, I mean, if I did my most disappointing games of the year, you know, I can probably do something like that, like my top 10 most disappointing games of the year that I thought more of and ended up not being like my thing or whatever. So I might do that. But yeah, I'm looking into a variety of different, you know, top lists and things like that. Like today I did like 11 games, so, you know, potential system sellers. So yeah, I'll be doing more of that in the future. Yo, Gamer for Life with the $1.99. Hey yo, I'm just waiting on Metroid console seller. Metroid console. I think Metroid's gonna do well. You know, I think here in the US, people are gonna be like, okay, Metroid Prime 2 or Metroid Prime 4. You know, and I think some parts of Europe, but I don't expect it to be like a massive system seller. But I think it's gonna do well enough. Hey, what's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Welcome. Let's see. The way they handled both Daemon games was just sad to witness. It really was. I mean, they botched it 2 times in a row, which I don't understand the logic behind what I don't understand what they're doing. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. Marvelous, they messed up, bro. They messed up. But hey, it is, like I said, it is what it is. It's their game. They can run it and launch it any way that they want to launch it or run it, you know. So yeah, it's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. But yeah, I'm not a fan of how they did it over there. You want some Metroid music, Gamer for Life? I can get you some Metroid Prime music. Metroid Prime. About some Fandrana. That's a pretty chill song. Haters will say you're biased if you don't add Star Wars because they still believe the game is trash. Haters will say that you're biased if you don't add Star Wars. What does that mean? OJ, I got a question. What's going on with Brain to update Resident Evil 9? Resident Evil 9? Yeah, it's coming. Yo, J Will presents with the $1 dono. Mega for alligator, baby. and says, a few weeks ago on a stream, you went over some top NSO recommendations. Can someone help me find which stream it was? I wanted to jot down your suggestions. Dude, I do not remember. That'd have to be like maybe Dior can remember that one. But yeah, I don't remember which one it was. But I mean, in terms of NSO, I can tell you which ones I'm excited for, which ones, like, you know, obviously Luigi's Mansion just came out, so try that out. That's a great game. When it comes to Super Nintendo, any of the RPGs on there, those are all good, always good. Like, there's like Breath of Fire, I think, on there and stuff. But I forgot which one. Oh man, I forgot which stream it was. But yeah, man, like, there's a lot of good stuff. Just, I would say experiment with different games. I mean, there's Star Fox 2 on there as well. There's also F-Zero, there's Soul Calibur. If you're looking at N64, I mean, there's a bunch of N64 things too. But Pokemon Puzzle League was one that I thought that was kind of cool on there. Genesis has Vector Man, so if you have the Genesis NSO, Vector Man. There's Tech Mobile on the NES. You know, obviously there's Mario Bros. 3. That's the classic all-time banger right there. So there's a lot of different games, man. There's a lot of different games. Let's see here. Shout out to Jay Will, though. Thank you for the $1 dono. 8 combos away from a 30-minute overclock. Appreciate that, guys. Let's go. Or more like, my bad, combo breaker. I pressed it. I shouldn't have pressed that one, but we out here. Noah. Shout out to my man Noah. I wish Luigi's Mansion had come out sooner. Halloween is tomorrow. Yeah, that's the whole point. It comes out right there on Halloween. Isn't that the whole point? The whole point is to be like right there at Halloween. So it came out today. My Dodgers down bad. Got to win game 6 and 7. Yeah, I mean, we'll see though. We'll see. I'm surprised if the Blue Jays win. I'll be surprised if the Blue Jays win, if they do win. Man, that sucks, because if the Blue Jays win, that means the Seattle Mariners had a chance if they got there. If the Blue Jays beat them, that means the Mariners had a chance to win, you know, get to their first and maybe even win it. But it is what it is. Yo, GS with the Ninja Peach.
What's good, OJ?
What's up, man?
I just recently bought Samus Returns for 3DS. It's pretty good so far, fire.
You know what's gonna happen now, GS? That they're gonna release a remaster of Metroid Samus Returns on the Nintendo Switch 2. That's why I haven't replayed it. Or they're gonna release a remaster with like extra content and stuff like that. Nintendo's been doing hella remasters and like remakes and like re-releases, and they're totally gonna release a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, or like a Switch 2 remaster of Metroid 2. They're totally gonna do that. Or Samus Returns. That's Samus Returns on the 3DS. Thank you so much, GS. I appreciate that. Long time Elite Ninja. Thank you for the $5 dono. You guys are out here today. 3 combos away from the 30-minute extension night. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's get that 30 minutes. Shout outs to the combo boys and girls in the house. Nate Dogg. Yo, what up, Nate Dogg? Gotta regulate. What up, Nate Dogg? Welcome to the stream. Man, this guys in the Salmon Run are trash. Yeah, unless you're playing with the homies, Salmon Run can be kind of messed up. Luigi's Mansion is pretty short, can be beat only in a couple sessions. Yeah, I mean, you can beat it in 1 session. It's not a very long game at all. So, Nintendo needs to makes the new Star Fox, Kid Icarus, and Earthbound game. They don't need to make any of those games. But will they? I mean, it's possible, but they don't need to. Like, those games can be dormant for a long time, and Nintendo would probably be just fine. But those are like boomer millennial games, right? For like old people like us. But I mean, here's the problem. I like all those games. I think those are all great. But the problem is that, like, who in the new school is going to buy Earthbound? Who in the new school is going to buy Star Fox or Kid Icarus? I blame myself, and I blame my generation, us boomers, Kid Icarus. Kid Icarus had no business failing, but for some reason it failed on the 3DS, and it was a phenomenal game. So we can only blame ourselves. Like, it didn't fail. It sold over 1 million copies, but that game was so high quality, I don't understand why that wasn't a 3, 4, 5 million unit seller. So you can only blame ourselves for Kid Icarus not being around. I mean, F-Zero, same thing. You can blame the boomer millennials. I mean, they made a great F-Zero game on the GameCube, and it did not do great either. So they made F-Zero games on the GBA. Those didn't do that great. So yeah, it sucks. Star Fox, obviously, that's not as much our fault with Star Fox. That's more of Nintendo's design decisions with Star Fox. So maybe I think Star Fox probably has the best chance out of all of those to sell well or to come back. It's probably Star Fox, you know. So we'll see though. One of these days. Do an experiment of grifting. Maybe one of these days, Mr. Davis. I need more time to play LM with all these games right now. After Halloween, I'm out of the mood for Halloween stuff. It should have been good like a week before. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. I think you should do it like right at Halloween. You know, but that's just me. I think it would fit better with an actual like Halloween release. And I think that people would make more videos on and be more popular like right at Halloween, but it's all good. Let's see here. Halloween, yes. My wife said Halloween. My wife does not like Halloween. Yeah, I usually do Luigi's Mansion 2 to 4 sittings carry casually. Like I play. I mean, you can try it out, Dane. Like it's not a long game. I know you're playing a lot of other stuff, but if you really want to play it, like it's not long. You could. It's just what 5 hours, 5-6 hours. I mean, it's not a very long game. Probably shorter than that, depending on how good you are at the game. About to start my own YouTube channel. About to experiment in grift. I'm gonna talk bad about Switch 2. All right, Mr. Davis. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. Yeah. Shout outs. Let's see. Let me tell me how it goes. You know. Tell me how it goes. I feel bad. I feel bad for Luigi's Mansion 3. Has anyone hiked it to the top of the hotel? What are you talking about? Not sure what you're talking about, dork. Yeah, Mr. Davis is gonna start a grift channel, so look out for the Mr. Davis grifting coming up. Wish we would have played the Mariners. Oh man, I bet. Yeah, I bet you would. Dude, the Mariners had that game won. They might be better than the Blue Jays, dude. They literally had that game won, Nick. They had that game won. They were up. What were they up? They were up 3-1 in like the 7th inning or something like that. And freaking some dude hits like a freaking 3-run homer. And then they win 4-3. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. They had that game won. They were up 3-1. They were comfortable. They put a reliever in, and he just gets smoked. He comes in and just gets absolutely smoked. Walks a guy or two, and then just gives up a home run. I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. They had that. They had him beat, man. They had him beat. They had him right there. So it is what it is. Let's see here. Any content Mr. Davis makes, I'm a sub immediately purely for the LOLs. Oh yeah, I think that'd be fun. Metroid Prime 4 beyond my most anticipated. Yes, Metroid Prime 4 is gonna be great. If they added the ability to counter while moving with Samus Returns, it'd be a must-buy, a remaster instantly. Dread flows so well. Anything short of that is dreadful. I mean, listen, every Metroid game has its own quirks and things, and I adapt pretty quickly to them. I just think it'd be cool to be able to play it on a TV. Like, by the time that Metroid Samus Returns came out, man, I was kind of just done with the 3DS. I really was like, I didn't want to play 3DS anymore. You know, I really did not want to play on that little tiny screen. I wanted to play on my Switch 2. I wanted to be able to have the ability to, or sorry, my Switch 1. I wanted to be able to have the ability to switch easily back and forth. So I was pretty much done with the 3DS by 2017. So while I enjoyed Samus Returns, I thought it was great. I was like, man, it would be cool if I could actually play this on like my TV and also play like on my Switch 1. That was pretty much any Switch or 3DS game that came out in like 2016 or 2017. Everyone was just saying, man, can we get this on the Switch instead, you know? So yeah. Is bot farming a real thing to spread negativity? I read about it earlier today saying that's why Nintendo has so much negative news. Yeah, it's part, you know, people that are crazy. NDS, Nintendo derangement syndrome. It's part NDS, and then it's part, you know, you can make money. Like, you can make a lot of money off of it because people are legitimately crazy. There's legit criticism, though, that I feel that Nintendo definitely deserves, and it's okay. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the crazy people. So yeah. That's basically what I'm talking about, you know? So yeah. So let me give you guys what Nintendo derangement syndrome is. I've had a couple people that I had to talk to about, because I made a video about this, but I mean earlier I talked about, you know, the crazy thing about Switch 2 is, you know, we still, it's doing great, but we still have a lot of, you know, stuff that could come out for it that can be system sellers. Where was it at? I don't know where the person put it. I can't find it. Yeah, hold up. I don't know where it was. But we had like a little bit of a back and forth when it comes down to it. I think it was it here? No, it wasn't there. But anyway, yeah, let me find the Nintendo derangement syndrome. We've talked about this before. But there is definitely that. So there's definitely the Nintendo derangement syndrome. So here we go. They've coined it as like a term. By somebody. So Nintendo derangement syndrome. Let's take a look at it. All right, here we go. I think I found it. So yeah. Like, you'll see people make crazy videos and stuff. Nintendo bricked Switch 2 consoles on purpose. Nintendo fans are mad. You'll see, like, crazy people saying crazy things. That's Nintendo derangement syndrome. It's like, when you get stuff like that, you know? I'm trying to find, like, the actual thing here. Okay, here we go. I found it. Alright. So, look. This gets people salty too. If you say that they have derangement syndrome, they get mad. They get real mad, bro. They get real mad when you say this. And it's not like I said, it's not like regular critique, man. It's like when people get crazy. All right, so here we go. I found it. Sorry about that. It took a while. All right, so there's definitely some cases of NDS. You know, so Nintendo derangement syndrome, NDS, is a term to describe a condition where individuals lose all sense of objectivity and rationality when discussing Nintendo, specifically those who obsessively hate the company. This often leads to exaggeration, misinformation, double standards, and bizarre emotional reactions whenever Nintendo is even mentioned. Symptoms of Nintendo derangement syndrome, or symptoms of Nintendo derangement syndrome: compulsive line about Nintendo sales, Nintending, hardware specs, pretty much every grifter before the Switch 2 launched and even after the Switch 2 launched, or game quality. All the time, Nintendo games aren't worth it. They suck. Blah blah blah. I rather play, you know, Genshin Impact. Goalpost shifting. When proven wrong, we see this all the time with a lot of these grifters. You know, certain guys that like, you know, shill for $1,000 Xbox ROG allies. Guys like that. You know, goalpost shifting when wrong. Can't admit when they're wrong. Run from debates. Act tough, but really just really just big babies that grift for money, but act tough, but they're not. They're sissies. So we know about those type of people, goalpost shifters and stuff. Can't prove when, you know, like I said, goalpost shift when they're wrong. Just call them, you know, all sorts of weird stuff, right? Downplaying critical or commercial success. Can't talk about that. You got to downplay it. We know that. Calling fans cultists while foaming at the mouth about 40-second Nintendo Direct trailer. Using piracy or emulation as a moral crusade. We see this a lot with PC people. They turn into, you know, Malcolm Gamer, Malcolm X Gamer, or Malcolm Gamer X. They turn into Martin Luther Gamer. You know what I'm saying? Acting like video games are like some type of like civil right. Like, you know, like they're about to like break the barrier or something like that, or, you know, break the segregation in like the South in like the 1960s or something like that, or 1970s, or when did the South integrate? 1970 for some of them. What was it? Remember the Titans? Like stuff like that. Down over here we play AA ball. You over there play single A ball. We don't need none of your people. We're already set on defense. You know, like remember the Titans shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Gary Bertier? You know, Julius, Gary Bertier. You know, like that's like that. Remember the Titans? They think that they're like some type of activist or something like that. You know. Like, but anyway, important note, criticism does not equal NDS. So you're allowed to dislike or criticize Nintendo. I agree, 100%. I criticize, and people don't like them. That's fine by me too. NDS kicks in when that dislike turns into obsession, misinformation, or irrational rage. Especially when you start acting like people enjoying a game is a personal attack on you. Yeah. There's definitely people with this, man. You know, definitely people with this, 100%. You know. So yeah. Anyway, that's that. So yeah, there's definitely some Nintendo derangement syndrome out there. It happens, man. It happens. It happens for sure. Shout outs, welcome to the Feast Slayer, baby. There's a lot of symptoms of NDS, bro. There's a lot of symptoms. Y'all, if you haven't seen Remember the Titans, you guys go watch Remember the Titans. It takes place in like 1970, and it's like I think in like where was it at? Where was it Alabama? Where Remember the Titans takes place? I forgot exactly where, but it's like when they just did integration between like white and black people, like in the 70s or something like, or like in the 60s or late 60s or early 70s. Let's see here. Remember the Titans. Yeah, this is like my favorite movie of all time. I don't even remember exactly where it was. Virginia. There we go. Virginia. It's got Denzel Washington, and it's in Virginia. Well, Bill Yost and Herman Boone. Hey, Coach Coon. They freaking throw something through his window or whatever. Hey, Coach Coon. Yeah, that movie's great, man. I like it. I've seen it a lot. It's a great movie. Strong side, weak side, strong side. Ain't no mountain high enough. And then sunshine. So many like memeable, like quotable things like in that movie. The sunshine was great. The sunshine part was great. I like that one. And then like he like kisses that dude and he tries to fight him and he freaking, what is he, like dodges him out of the way and all that. It was great. I also don't understand why those who do emulate like making it so public. It's like they want to get taken away. How public they make it. I don't understand that either, man. I don't understand why they do that. I have no idea why they do. Is it left side? Yeah, left side, not weak side, left side. But I have no idea why they do that at all. And I think that's the reason why that Nintendo went gung-ho. Nintendo went nuts on emulation this, you know, with the Switch 2. Like we're 4 months in and listen, I thought the Switch 2 was going to get cooked by now. I thought Steam Deckers somehow would figure out a way, or ROG Alliers or PCers or whatever, Gabe Newell worshippers or Gabe Newell, you know, acolytes, you know, like I thought that like Gabe Newell has like the Ministry of Darkness, like of PC fans that are like his closest subjects, that he just like disperses out to like pirate things and like to tell you how bad everybody else is and how much better PC is. So I thought they were gonna like, you know, they rise up from underneath the ground like the Brood, like, you know, like ding 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 ding, but they're nowhere near as cool. They're not like there's a bunch of damn nerds and like fake tough guys that dress up in outfits and stuff that look absolutely ridiculous. It's a bunch of morons. Look nowhere near as cool as the Brood though. Nowhere near as cool. Yo, shout outs to Vincent, yo, with the 3146. Let's go! Choo choo!
Just got done with the shift today. Here is a dono for you. Great turnout today. Music requests Super Mario Brothers theme Jazz Edition tracks. A dono from me and the cool guy.
Yo, I appreciate animation mode. I appreciate that. Thank you for the big dono, the $31. The dollars in the pockets. The hollers for your dollars. Hey, I appreciate that. Seriously, thank you for the big 31. 58 on the board, jumping us up all the way to almost the 1 hour extension combo breaks. Let's go. And we can even potentially, we're in striking distance of a platinum today as well. So I appreciate that. Let's go.
Overclock Buster!
Yes, sir. Overclock. And of course, you are now the new Hokage Stream Ninja. I'm going to get your name on the board here. Then we're going to get your music going as well, man. Appreciate that, Mr. Vincent. Same with everyone making sure we know they're playing Digimon. The thing about it is, like, it couldn't be that many people because, like, Digimon, I don't think Digimon's selling incredibly well. But it's funny though. I did see some people say, like, you know, some big YouTubers like, yeah, I'm playing Digimon, and it just makes Pokemon look bad. And I'm like, bro, I saw one guy that has a ton of, everybody subscribes to his channel. He's one of those, the gaming industry's like against us. He's one of those people, like, you know, one of those PC guys. And he's like legendary something. I forgot what his name is. Anyway, he's a good content creator. Obviously, people like him, you know, whatever. Good for him, you know. But like, this dude ain't tweet about Digimon for the whole time. Like, Digimon been known for how long we known about Digimon? This man didn't make a single tweet or video about Digimon up until the release of Pokemon Legends ZA. That's the only thing that I have a little bit of a, I'm like, if you thought Digimon looked good and it was great, then why didn't you talk about it beforehand, or why didn't you make a video? Listen, these content creators, it would be so much better, instead of just using it as bait or fuel on Twitter, it would be so much better if you actually made a video and saying, hey, Digimon is great because of this, without mentioning Pokemon. If you can talk about Digimon without mentioning Pokemon, then it would be better for Digimon, if it can stand on its own 2 feet. But if you constantly have to advertise or mention Pokemon when you talk about Digimon, it's just going to get more people talking about Pokemon, you know? So that's the only thing that I'm like, you should have just played Digimon and enjoy it, you know? But I did see a number of content creators who literally never talked about Digimon. Not a single tweet about Digimon up until now. Like, okay, yeah, sure, you know? Sure, no problem. No problem. But listen, it's not really, I mean, I don't know how well the game is doing at this point. I always tell people, listen, man, Pokemon, that type of game, Digimon, that type of game, I don't know how much it appeals to Xbox and PlayStation fans. They had a great Digimon game that's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, it's on PC, and I mean, why isn't it selling millions of copies? I mean, if Pokemon, if anybody can do it, they should be selling millions of copies. Everyone went out there and bought Power World, right? Power World was a huge success. That was a huge success. Where are all the people to replicate that for an actual good game? That's why I don't understand PC people sometimes. They'll sit there and talk about, you know, this is slop or this is whatever. And Power World is an unfinished slop of a game. Digimon is a complete full game with story, with characters, with a bunch of cool designs, with everything. And they let Power World absolutely obliterate it in sales. Why? Why would you let Power World outsell Digimon by millions of copies? That makes no sense, considering how they talk about how bad quality Pokemon is. Okay, fair critique. But now you have a game, which, by the way, Power World launched in a mess with all sorts of issues. Digimon launched very good on Steam, and it got nowhere near the amount of publicity, attention, and sales of that slop of a meme game Power World got. So that's why I don't really be taking people seriously with some of this stuff, you know? Because it's like, where were all they with Digimon? Digimon's way better than Power World ever could dream of being, when it comes to a single-player experience, at least. And they just let that game just be, okay, it didn't sell like Power World, not even close. So, I don't know, people using it as a prop, it's weird to me. Shout outs to Vatson though, man, I appreciate the dono. Appreciate it. Let's go. Big JoJo boys, 3 JoJos in the house. 2 combos away from a 60 on there as well. What's up, Thomas? I didn't miss your actually I did miss your chat. What's up, man? Welcome. Let me get your music too here. The music is Mario Bros. Jazz Edition music. All right, thank you, man. Let's see here. Content gonna make Kirby Air Riders vid into the caption simply unforgivable. For Kirby Air Riders? I guess he's talking about the amiibo then, right? We actually got the platinum the last stream. You didn't see the last donut I made over 100. I didn't. Was that you, Nick? Oh, okay. Shout outs. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, let me add it to this so that that means we got 56 then, right? Okay, thank you so much, Nick93. I appreciate that. Let me see if I can find it on the thing here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it didn't pop up for me. Thank you so much though, Nick93. Thank you for the dono, bro. I appreciate you getting us to the platinum. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's go. If you want a music track, Nick, I'll get you one for that. So let me know in the chat. You don't gotta donate again. Just let me know in the chat and I got you, fam. Thank you. Now, just off M2 sales today, very impressed for a hold for ZA. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like I said before, Pokemon's going to continue selling throughout the holiday. In your opinion, who's the worst Nintendo grifter? YouTubers Beat 'em Up or Nintendine? Beat 'em Up is not a Nintendo grifter. I don't think so. He's a friend of mine. I don't think he's a grifter at all. Personally, I just think sometimes, you know, he might see some information that might not be true, and he reports on it or he says something on it. But I don't think he's a grifter. I don't think so. I think he's a good content creator. I think Nintendine by far is 10 times worse. Like I said, I don't think Beat 'em Ups is a grifter at all. Nintendine is definitely grifting for YouTube views. Absolutely. Like, it's not even to put those two in the same sentence. That's to me, that's even a disrespectful to Beat 'em Ups, who actually built his community up, you know, the right way and making good content. You know, so yeah. Let's see. Honestly, I think that entire Nintendo vs. Power World is a YouTube fabricated silliness, and reality Game Freak is just making their junk eating breakfast completely oblivious that went down. Well, I mean, obviously there's like the lawsuit and stuff, but yeah. Kirby and Hades finally this month. Physical. Hey, there you go. Let's see here. Kit and Krista are grifters, right? No. No. I think the word grifter is it's overused, I think, at this point. I think it's overused. I think people might not understand what a grifter is. Just because you criticize Nintendo at some point, I criticize Pokemon Legends ZA. That doesn't make me or anybody else a grifter for certain criticisms. That doesn't make you a grifter at all. To me, a grifter is somebody who does ridiculous things, makes ridiculous statements, ridiculous videos, segmenting and focusing in on something that might even be misinformation, might even be wrong, or completely ignoring the obvious in order to push a narrative that you don't even believe. You don't even believe everything that you're saying. So let me give you an example of a grifting type of video. Nintendo's anti-consumer. They're bricking people's systems. Microsoft, Sony, even Valve can brick your system. It's in everybody's EULA. That they can, and it's not even a real brick. It's like they ban you from the online. They can all ban you from online if they find out that you did something, like you circumvented the hardware, that you did, use piracy, or you're cheating in a game. They can all ban your system. Every single one of them have terms and conditions that can do that. That was grifting type video. Another type of grift would be like, Nintendo Switch 2 buyers beware, or buyer's remorse is real. Cut the crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, a couple people don't like the system at first, or whatever the case is. Okay, there's like millions of people that obviously like the system, think it's really good, buying the games, and the reviews on any of the big sites, Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, are all overwhelmingly positive. So to sit there and single out one thing and say it's buyer's remorse is real, and then ignore all the positive reviews and things that people say, come on. That is grifting. That is targeted grifting. Nintendo Switch 2 had a slow week in Japan. Oh my goodness. Stop it. You know good and well. We all know that the shipments in Japan, that there's stock allocation issues. We all know that. The Switch 2 sold out. You need a lottery in Japan, which it is common knowledge that you need a lottery ticket in Japan to get one. Nintendo says it on Twitter. You can see them talking to and Japanese users are frustrated that they can't even buy one. It is common and it is public knowledge about this. And then people, a slow week in Japan, as in outselling everything else by 2 to 3 times more. Stop the cap. So those are grifting type videos where you don't even believe what you're saying, or you're being incredibly disingenuous or deceptive by not including all the bits of information. Or even if you do talk about it, the title of the video just is completely insane. You know, so those would be it. Or trying to downplay Pokemon sales. Pokemon Legends ZA, one of the worst ones. Like, come on. You know, that's the grift that we're talking about, you know. So yeah. Some of them have more of a jump the gun syndrome. No, there's certain things that are done, SG. I'm a content creator, so yes, you're right with certain people with that. You're right about that. But when it comes to certain content creators on this platform, which Beat 'em Ups is not one of them, or like RGT's not one of them, there are guys that intentionally know what they're doing and simply doing it to make money. That's it. They don't believe in a lot of stuff that they're saying, you know. So yeah. Nintendo Switch 2, I hate you. Okay, shout outs, Thomas. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. You said there's a possibility of Smash 6. Yes, Smash 6 is a possibility, and it's probably already in development. Let's see. I criticize Mario Kart World with its issues. Am I a grifter? Yes, you are. Do you think that it'll take Nintendo Switch 2's potential to the limits? For example, FF7 remake, Cloud skin, Metroid Prime 4, Samus skin, etc. Cloud skin, Samus skin. I don't. What does that mean? Like, what do you mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what you're trying to ask me. Sorry, Paranormia. Okay, Thomas, I feel you, brother. I feel you. Yes, I agree with you. I'm glad that you like it. Sorry for the Streamlabs spam, guys. There's another new channel called Waiting for Nintendo. They recently went in hard on Prime 4 and the desert. Seems constantly posting negative Switch 2 videos. Yeah, once again, that's just looking for attention on those. You know what I'm saying? Like, just looking for attention. But that's the channel called Waiting. Like, a new channel called Wait. Yeah, that's a grift channel. That's built to be a grift channel to take advantage, like to get YouTube views and attention. 100%. I always wonder when the Nintendo hate started. I've never seen this type of hate before in the gaming community. It started at the April Nintendo Direct. That's where it started. It's pretty much been nonstop since then. But I think once again, it's also got people to buy the system, so the system's selling incredibly well. So, like, I don't know what to tell you guys, man. All right, take it easy, SK Massive. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Microsoft is giving me blue balls waiting on Halo for Switch. Yes, Prime 4 Desert is the same person I think I'm referring to. Okay, got you. When Gripta said Nintendo has been trying to do post Breath of the Wild is replicate Breath of the Wild and then cherry pick so hard to prove the point. The Mario Kart World MP4 trailer examples of this. Yeah, I don't think that that's really trying to emulate Breath of the Wild. I think that developers just have their own ideas, you know, for what they want to do in a game, and if they feel like doing something, they're gonna do it, you know. So that's really what it comes down to. Because there's plenty of stuff that's not. You know, obviously Kirby Air Riders is not like Breath of the Wild, you know. So that's also not like it. Donkey Kong Bonanza is not really like Breath of the Wild. It's not really like a true like open world game, you know. So there's plenty of other games that aren't like that. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is not like Breath of the Wild, even though it's Zelda. It's not trying to be like Breath of the Wild. So there's plenty of games. I mean, Fire Emblem is not. I mean, there's countless number. Mario Tennis Fever. I mean, let's go Yoshi. It's not like we got like Yoshi open world Yoshi game or something like that, you know. So yeah. It's also how I like Switch 2. Sauce jacking up the indie scene. There you go. I just finished playing a long session of Persona 3 Reload and it runs well. To be honest, I haven't seen the demo issues people talked about. Did you download an update on the first day, Elias? Was there a day one patch? Yo, what's up, Jimmy? Welcome. OJ, do you think the grift hate will last past Smash 6 or new 3D Mario? Yes and no. I think that one of the reasons why there's you know, it's right now is because they know they can get their views in now at this point. Because by the time that the next 3D Mario comes out or the next, you know, Legend of Zelda, they're gonna want one or they're gonna have one. So it's gonna become more of a, you know, it's gonna become more of a weird thing because they're gonna want one. So right now, like a lot of it is simply just to make their money now and then move on to other things later. Like we saw it with the Switch 1 too, for those who weren't around at that point. We had a lot of people that were making negative Switch 1 videos and then it started doing really well. Then like, okay, hold up, let me pull the okey doke, the I was wrong video and all that. So I think it's gonna be very similar to that. But I'm glad that Persona 3 Reload apparently plays okay. I mean, I know Elias, you're pretty sensitive to frame rate stuff as well. So the fact that you're saying that you didn't see anything is interesting for sure. Because there's people that are reporting that there's still some issues with it. So finished the game last night. Some issues with the game, but overall fun. Now I'm just waiting for Hyrule Warriors next week. Yep, me too. Might want to do the online though. The online they have like the grid, like the whatever. Make sure you get like the Greninja Stone and all that stuff. Um, so yeah. Let's see here. Shout outs to, but once again, shout outs to, not, oh my god, I got the wrong, so shout outs to Kevin. Kevin's awesome, but shout outs to Bad Scent. Let me put you on the board here. Thank you for that 31. Once again, anybody's 31 or more, you can bet my man Bad Scent on both boards. I got a whole jazz playlist going for you too, man. I hope you're enjoying the music as well. Let me get the whole Bad Scent in here. Let's go. No idea, brother. So far, good to me. Made sure to dash through the dungeon and school while turning the camera. Didn't feel anything. Okay, interesting for sure. Some people initially doubled down in 2017 saying Wii U sold well initially too. Like, no. Yeah, I know. Seriously. People did the same thing with Switch too. Well, remember the Wii U? Remember the Alamo, dude. Like, people did that with the, with the Switch 1. They're now doing that with the Switch 2 when it comes to Wii U. They're never going to let the Wii U go, man. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell. That's how they feel with the Wii U, man. They never gonna give you up, bro. Never gonna give you up. They keep going with that, so yeah. Been playing Shinobi Art of Vengeance. The boss fights are fun. Attack combos you get are so satisfying. Nice, let's go, man. Glad that you're enjoying it. Sup, Payuchio says, sup, OJ, I'm ready for Hyrule Warriors. Me too. I'm ready for Hyrule Warriors as well. I tried the online today to get Greninja Stone. It was more fun than I thought. I got a few W's. Nice. Yeah, it's actually kind of fun. It can be frustrating at times, but then it's also kind of fun. But yeah, they're lowering the requirements to get like the Mega Stones. So next season, which starts I think on like early November, it's gonna be way less Mega Stones. So yeah. Way less. It's gonna be way less ranking to get the Mega Stone for the Delphox. So yeah. Another reason Chrono Triggers go to Robo Rolled is a great song. There you go. Robo Rolled. I only tried handheld though, because I didn't need to see the dock. It's also 1080p 30. That's probably the only gripe I have. It's not 60. Yeah. Which it should have been 60. I mean, obviously it should have been. Like, it runs at 60 on Steam Deck. There's no reason why, there's no reason why it shouldn't run at 60. Outside of they just rushed it out. They didn't do it great. Oh my goodness. Somebody is driving like a warthog outside. Let's see. So there's no reason why it shouldn't have been at 60 outside of they rushed it, and it's a port. It's a pretty quick port of the game, as quick as possible, which they said that, so yeah. So yeah. See, I hope you don't get a copyright strike for singing Never Gonna Give You Up. I mean, listen, he might give me one. And I didn't do a great job of singing it, you know. I didn't do a great job of singing it either, so yeah, he might give me one. Ricky Astley might give me one and say, hey man, I'm never gonna give up this copyright strike right here. Let's see, I think Nintendo Switch 2 sell very well in Japan at this point. It's selling pretty well in Japan, yeah. Yeah, it's a PS4. Yeah, it's a PS4 title. There's no reason why it shouldn't, but it's an Unreal Engine game. It's a quick port, so they probably just try to do it as quick as possible. They need to optimize it quite a bit more to get it running at 60. And they did not. Don't know when they got their dev kits. Don't know when they started working on it. Don't know how many resources they had or how many team members they have to work on the game. But it definitely was not their best foot forward, because that game should have... I mean, if Star Wars Outlaws, a PS5 Xbox Series game that's far more advanced, can run at 30 FPS with good frame pacing and DLSS and good resolution and all that, there's no reason why they couldn't at least get that at 40 FPS, like a Cyberpunk situation or something. So yeah. But yes, Chrono Trigger is one of the GOATs. It is one of the GOATs for sure. All right, we're gonna watch this Animal Crossing thing. Animal Crossing, New Horizons, Switch 2. We're gonna watch that. We're gonna go over what you guys. I'm not a big Animal Crossing person, so I don't know all of like the stuff here. But at least apparently they let you bulk. They let you bulk craft now, so that's like the big thing. At least one of the big things maybe in this game. You can bulk craft, so that's good. All right.
Hello, everyone. How have you been? Today, we'd like to introduce the Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo Switch 2 Edition game, which adds features exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 system. We'll also cover a free update that all Animal Crossing New Horizons players can enjoy. First, let's take a look at Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. The graphics are improved with enhanced resolution. Here's a side-by-side comparison. Looking sharp, huh?
A lot better, for sure.
Switch 2 players will be able to make use of Joy-Con 2 mouse controls. You can use them to redecorate. We hope this feels like a more intuitive way to move your furniture and make adjustments. You can also use mouse controls when creating custom designs or writing messages on the bulletin board. There's a new item available in Nook's Cranny, the megaphone.
Megaphone.
Use it to call out to your island residents with a microphone built into Switch 2.
Hey, yo, come out here now.
Molly, look at that.
Or get
she
bodied.
Responded. It's a useful item when you want to find your island residents, even if they're around the corner.
Yeah, it looks clean now, man. Yeah, it looks super clean
Until now, up to 8 players could meet when connecting online. But if everyone has the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, up to 12 players can meet up.
4 more players?
With Game Chat on Nintendo Switch 2, you can chat with your pals while playing.
So, what should we do? Cheers! Tasty. Oh, yeah.
I'm not doing fake tea parties. I'm
By
good.
connecting a compatible USB camera, your faces can appear in the game, like this.
That same brother right here, Dior.
That way you can see your friends' reactions while exploring your island together.
That's actually kind of cool, though.
Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo Switch 2 Edition launches January 15th. Nintendo Switch 2 players who already have Animal Crossing New Horizons on Nintendo Switch can upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition by purchasing the upgrade
Yeah,
pack.
Nintendo's been on a pretty good run so far.
Okay, let's dive into the free software update that will be available for all Animal Crossing New Horizons players. The free update will be available January 15th, the same day as the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Let's take a look. There's a new facility opening on the pier. It's a resort hotel right on the water. And it's run by Catton's family. Their goal is to work together to bring in guests from off the island. You'll help out by decorating guest rooms. Decorate the rooms based on various themes to ensure guests enjoy their stay. For example, the theme in this one is Seaside Room. Furniture items that match the theme are provided. You can also use other furniture you previously obtained, so feel free to decorate however you like. There we go. That looks nice. What's this? We already have a guest. He seems happy with the room. Great work. After decorating a room, you'll earn hotel tickets. Exchange these in the souvenir shop run by Grams. Here, you can find all sorts of hotel-themed items and other rarities exclusive to her shop. By dressing up these mannequins, guests can borrow hotel outfits that are sure to brighten up their day. Recommend outfits that match your island's vibe or the season, so guests can make the most of their stay. You can even wear the outfits, and so can anyone else who might be visiting your island.
That's a pretty big
Have
update.
fun bringing your fashionable
There's
outfit ideas to
a lot of
life.
stuff.
At the hotel, you can scan compatible amiibo accessories to invite guests.
Okay.
Thank you for your hard work, as always. We hope you can unwind today and enjoy your stay.
Yeah, you can see every little pixel in
To
that
increase your
porcupine.
island brand recognition, Tom Nook wants to promote it with crafted DIY island goods. Check this box to see which items to craft. Once you've gathered the necessary materials,
There you go.
it's time to get crafting.
Bulk crafting now, right? There you go.
Deliver the goods in exchange for hotel tickets.
Deliver the goods.
Captain will take care of the delivery, helping to spread the word about your island.
What's happening, Captain?
Take your home storage to the max. Until now, you could store up to 5,000 items. But with this update, you can upgrade it 2 more times and store a total of 9,000 items. And now you can even store trees, shrubs, and flowers. Well, who do we have here? Resetti started a new cleanup service. There are 3 areas that can be tidied.
Yeah, I think for those who are wondering, like, it's 4K, but it's 30, but I'm guessing the reason why it's not 60 is because whatever's in the engine, like the physics engine and all that, it's hard locked at 30 because every single Nintendo Switch 2 edition is 60 FPS regardless. So I'm guessing that if you play it at 60, because I did watch a video, I probably should have included it in my video that I did, but I watched a video of it, like if you play it like emulator, it just looks like the game is sped up. Like it's not like running smoothly. It runs smoother, but it looks like it just speeds up the game. So I'm guessing it's something to do with the physics engine in the game. Because like I said, it looks weird if you do it emulator wise. So that's what I'm guessing.
Have him tackle just the front yard of this house. You can also have him clean up any flowers or custom designs. Any items he collects can be safely stored away, just in case you need them later. Nice and tidy. Thanks, Resetti. It's been a long day, so let's enjoy a nice, deep sleep. When you enter a deep slumber, Luna will welcome you and whisk you away to a new dream world. You'll wake up in a pristine, fresh location called Slumber Island. Here, you're free to do whatever you want. You can decorate your Slumber Island by using items you previously obtained. And even place plants and trees like this. You can widen rivers, break down cliffs, and by talking to Lloyd, you can easily place bridges and inclines. Select the time of day and the weather, then bring your island residents on by. Each player can build up to 3 Slumber Islands. And choose from 3 sizes.
I know it's only 5, but I
small,
feel like the Switch 2 update
medium,
should be free with NSO
or
expansion.
large.
Yeah, that'd be nice if it was, but it's not. So
You can also
Be
meet
nice
up
if it
on
was,
a
but it's
friend's
not.
Slumber Island and play together. Decorate with furniture to your heart's content. Work together to build a cliff. Or dig in to create a lake. You and your friends
I mean,
can
Animal
build
Crossing
the
always
island of your
ran at a
dreams.
stable 30, but maybe it'll be super stable 30 now. But yeah, I'm guessing it's something within the physics
Let's
engine
go over some of the new collaboration items coming to the game.
because it's running at 4K now, so they could have easily made it not 4K.
By helping at the hotel and increasing its island brand recognition, the souvenir shop will start carrying Nintendo products, including retro toys and classic game systems.
Oh yeah, that's what I write there. Classic game systems,
With
baby.
an active Nintendo Switch online membership, you can even play a select classic game on each system. Now that's playing with power.
Use Animal Crossing to play NES games and stuff that you can play outside of it.
Additionally, via Nook Shopping, Lego items, including furniture and fashion items, such as a sofa, a table, wallpaper, t-shirt, and more, will be available. They come in a variety of colors, so mix and match to find combinations you like. The Zonai Authentication Crest, Triforce, plus other furniture and fashion items inspired by the Legend of Zelda series will become available by tapping compatible Legend of Zelda series amiibo. In addition, newly added characters Tulin and Minoru can visit your island.
Minoru.
You can also invite them to come live on your island, of course.
Yo, Minoru in the house? Let's go.
And if you tap a compatible amiibo from the Splatoon series, CC
Getting
or
team equipped with
VJ can
Switch 2 so
visit
the
your
next game
island.
scope-wise will be open. Yeah, that's what I thought too as well. I said that on my video.
Seems like they're really into dressing up. They look a little familiar, don't they?
I think if it weren't for the terrorist, the upgrades would be free. They need to
Splatoon
make up the money for the lost
collaboration items will
updates.
also become
No,
available.
Nintendo's always going to charge for anything that there's a content
Use them
update
to
for.
show off your
They're going to
true
charge
colors.
for. If there's no content update, really, it might be a
The
free update like Splatoon.
for Animal Crossing New Horizons arrives January 15th.
But if they like
That's the
actually
same
do
day
like
as the
Switch
Nintendo
2,
Switch 2 edition.
if they actually do like Switch 2 upgrades or Switch 2 like features or things like that, they're gonna charge for that every single time. That at least that's the pattern that I've seen. If there's actual like Switch 2 features where they add stuff in like the mouse mode or whatever the case is, they're gonna charge at least something. If it's just graphics, then it's gonna be maybe a free update. But if they charge if there's any type of like content being added in or updated features and things, it's gonna be a charge for that. Either $5 now, this is the lowest, $5 to $20, somewhere between there. It can be $10 like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. It can be, $10. It can be $20 that actually add content like Kirby or like what's the other game? Mario Party. Or it can be, like another 10, like, what's it called? Like Metroid Prime 4. So this one seems to be, like I said, there's still a free update. So, I mean, like, you don't need to buy it to get the free update. Obviously, if you already have the game, you can play it on your Switch 2 at 1080p, 30 FPS, and get the free update and have access to most of the cool stuff in here. You won't have access to some of the features, but you'll have access to all the free update 3.0 version. So that was already free. Now, some of like the Switch 2 stuff, yeah, that's stuff that you have to pay for if you want that. Let's see here. With the 3.0 be on the cart for Switch 2 version? Yeah, it'll probably be on the cart. I think this is probably already done. But if just like Pokemon Legends ZA, that update was on the cart. A lot of times Nintendo will have the updates on the cart for the games, at least the initial updates. Now, if they do another update after that, that probably won't be on the cart, obviously, but the initial update's on the cart. So yeah. Yeah, good stuff.
Overclock Buster!
Shout outs to Overclock. Actually, we are only 2 combos away from that next Overclock. Noah and Mio flying through the skies. We're gonna check out another trailer here too. I think it's called The Florist. And this game is interesting. Check this game out, guys. This is the official trailer. First trailer here. And if you're into classic Resident Evil, this game looks like it's going to be for you. $4.99 upgrade pack. Yes, $5. That was already established. Will this update make you go back to the game? I might check it out, yeah. Survival. Horror. So it has like It's like old school Resident Evil. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it has the old school Resident Evil vibe to it. Hold up, let me go back. You got some weirdo type things. Hold up, there we go. Yeah, it's got like the old school Resident Evil vibe to it, man. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing from the game. I might go back to the game though. I'm pretty sure I'll go back to the game at some point. Yeah. Look at those set camera angles. You got somebody else coming up right next to her too. Like, look at that. That right there. Hold up. Right there, out of the grass or whatever, was just about ready to just snatch you. I like this though, because I like old school Resident Evil, so I'm looking forward to the game. Yeah, old school RE vibes. Yeah, and it's coming. I don't know why it's for some reason it's skipping Xbox. Apparently it's skipping Xbox. Apparently it is. Let me see here. Well, for PC and consoles, it says Switch 2. When I saw it on Nintendo Everything, it said Switch 2. Actually, no, the official developers trailer they put out. It said Switch 2, PC, and PS5. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe, hopefully, there's an Xbox version for the Xbox peeps out there. So yeah, there's that. Let's see here. The game will be updated to have happy home content or happy home data on cart. Yeah, pretty much I think the whole thing will be on the cart for the Switch 2 edition of the game. So I don't think you have to worry about it not being on cart or there being problems there. So yeah, that should be good. Should be good. Shouldn't be a problem when it comes to that. Not worth it. It is definitely, for that type of game, I think it's worth it being on Xbox. For that type of game, I think what happened, the reason why it's not on Xbox is because they didn't get a Game Pass deal and they got salty that they didn't get a Game Pass deal. I think that's what happened. They didn't get their Game Pass deal, so they got salty over it. So yeah. There was no Game Pass deal, so they're like, what? We didn't get a Game Pass deal? We need it. Hey, what's up, Dan Lee? Welcome, man. Are more games skipping Xbox, or is it just me? Some games are definitely skipping Xbox, because there's no point, because I think some developers see that, like, for some games, they're skipping Xbox because the next Xbox system is just going to be a PC. So, and you still have to pay to get the dev kit. You still have to, pay for certification. You still have to do all that. So some of them are saying, it's not even worth it. But I think most games are still going to come to Xbox. Most games. And I think that next generation, if they simply make a PC box, it doesn't matter, because most games don't skip PC. Most games release on PC. So it doesn't matter if it skips Xbox specifically or not. Apparently they're going to have launchers for GOG. They're going to have launchers for... I think it's dumb, man. I don't like it at all. I'm not a fan at all, man. Like, it's not that it's dumb, but I'm just not a fan of this PC stuff, Like, but apparently it's gonna be like a PC box, a PC Steam box, Xbox, But they said it's gonna be easy interface, and I don't know, man. Like, when you start making it to where you have to have like PC, like GOG, or you can have like Steam, like that's when all the updates and all the crazy stuff happens. Look at the Windows, look at the Xbox. ROG Ally X. Look at that thing, man. Like, look at what some of the stuff that people are saying on it. Like, I actually had to do a little bit of transferring and some stuff for like a Switch 2 that I have, and it was so much. It was so simple. So yeah, man. Super simple. Let me see here. We have Gene Park. Let's see what he said. And this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. This is why, like I said, these portable pieces, these are not real handheld consoles. These are not real consoles. This is the reason why Switch is obliterating these people. This is exactly the reason why. Let me this might be a good video, a good rant video. I might put this up, I might not. So one of the reasons why I told you guys that I'm selling my Steam Deck, you know, I sold my ROG Ally, I couldn't return that fast enough. I sold my Steam Deck, you know, I had it for about a year, plus I tried it out. But this is one of the reasons why, when it comes to I'm done with portable PCs, handheld PCs, not portable PCs, but handheld PCs as some type of great gaming device. It's just nonsense some of the times. And these are some of the things that I've seen over and over with it. As I'm talking to my chat here, I've tried it out. And now with the Switch 2 being out for a number of months and more people getting into the system, they see exactly what I was trying to say back in April. I got called all sorts of names. I got called shill, got called fanboy, got called every single name in the book because I decided to sell my Steam Deck for a Nintendo Switch 2. But I saw the vision. I saw what was going to happen even before then. But now we also had other stuff and, you know, IGN articles and other things and whatever the case is. And I'm like, it's going to look all silly. It's going to look silly when the Switch 2 blows them away as well. Because look at this, guys. Check this out. Shout outs to Gene Park. He's awesome for this. But look at this. This is the issue unique to me and anyone who buys Xbox ROG Ally X secondhand. But my review unit was used by an Asus employee, but it was not cleaned out. I tried to unite Windows from the original user, but going into regedit, I messed up all the user folder pathing, so I just have to factory nuke the whole thing. Sigh. I just want to play Dragon's Dogma 2. What does this mean? I don't even know what all this means. I have no idea what all of this means. I have no idea what he's even talking. Reg edit. Like I have to nuke people's data. I have to clear. Like, dude, like if you get a used Nintendo Switch 2 and like you don't want to like use the person's profile, you just delete the profile. That's all you got to do. You just delete the profile and you can just still play from there. Or you can just factory reset it, and factory resetting the Nintendo Switch 2 is super easy. It's very quick. It does not take very long. You know, they tell you, hey, are you sure you want to do this? But it's not hard at all. And then when you want to start it back up, you start it back up, you pick what setting you're at, you link your Nintendo Network ID, and then you're done. And then it goes right into it. These portable PCs suck, man. They suck. Like, I'm tired of acting like they don't because people think PC is heaven on earth. It's not. These things suck, dude. And like I said, the reviews for the ROG Ally X, I don't know, Microsoft be paying people be shilling like crazy. You saw the reviews for the Switch 2. Some people were trying to sit there and say, you know, IGN gave it a 7. They gave the ROG Ally X a 9. I don't even know how that's a thing. Especially considering some of the updates you have to do. And I think I'm gonna try to find it. But there was a guy that made a review on the ROG Ally, and he was like, dude, this thing, the reviewers are not being honest about it. And he's a portable PC guy. He's a Steam Decker, you know? So hold up, let me find it real quick. ROG Ally review. I think his name is James. Was his name James, or what was his name? It's a dude with long hair. God, I don't know. I can't find the review, but man, he talks about it. ROG Ally. What was it? There's the ROG Ally X and there's the ROG Ally Xbox review. But yeah, I forgot what this dude's name was, man. Yeah, I forgot it. I had it there, but he actually talked about the stuff when it comes down to it, and how a lot of people were like, influencers were like, yo, they're not telling you that it's not like what it really is about, that it's not really an Xbox. Now, some reviewers are, but he said a lot of them were not at all. So, and like the issue that you have to download 3 separate updates, man. 3 separate updates for, you know, for it to get it going from startup. And that's the type of stuff that I talked about, is like, yo, this is weird, and it's difficult. It's just weird, man. Like, and I don't want to have to deal with it. And that's the stuff that I had to deal with when I had my first ROG Ally. So So yeah, I think I can find it in my history though if I go back far enough. I think I can find it in my history, but yeah, I don't think it's somewhere there. I don't know where it's at. Yeah, maybe I missed it when I was watching the review, because there's so many videos. Like, my music videos are just all over the place. But yeah, I was watching the review. And I don't know where it's at. Oh, here we go. There we go. I found it. I found it.
The reviewers who are getting
Okay, I'm right here on it too. Yo, it's from Sam Alexander Reviews. Okay, shout outs to Sam Alexander Reviews. Okay, here we go. I found it. I freaking found it, dude.
things set up. I've watched a bunch of
Okay, here we go.
fingerprint reader work, and now it works just fine after I did that update. But here's the kicker. If you go to Microsoft and Google, how do I update my ROG Xbox Ally, they will tell you to go to both Armory Crate and Windows update settings. They never tell you to go to My ASUS, which means people are going to have the same fingerprint sensor issue that I had, and Microsoft in their own documentation does not tell you to go to My ASUS to update your settings, even though that's where you need to go. And this is the sort of thing where I think customers are going to buy this thinking, oh yeah, I'm getting an Xbox, and then they're going to have an absolutely terrible time because they're
This is like beat 'em ups like cousin or something like that, or like beat 'em ups like, you know, like homie, like, or like, you know, like they're this dude kind of looked like him. No, it's really, I don't think they look alike. I think it's just really the long brown hair, the nice flowing locks that I wish I had. I wish I had hair this good. Beat 'em ups does have great hair.
There are 3 separate places that you have to look for updates for drivers and stuff. And if you're a console person and you're just looking for an Xbox console experience, or you're buying it for a kid or something, they're not going to be able to figure this out. They're not going to be able to find that. And when you do go to My ASUS to update your fingerprint sensor so that you can log in with the fingerprint, which is a cool setting, and it actually worked pretty well after I did that, you then have to make a My ASUS account, which maybe this is just me, but I'm like, if I'm buying an Xbox, I'm not wanting to go make a My ASUS account. I want to log in with my Microsoft account, and that's the only account that I want to be tied to this device. I don't want to do My ASUS. And this is where I start to get actually kind of frustrated. And while we talk about this, I'm going to show you the setup process, because it took me over an hour and a half to get this thing set up. I watched a bunch of these reviews on YouTube for these, and nobody has
Okay, right here, this is the part that I want you guys, I'm gonna play it again just in case you missed it. This is the part that I'm talking about. I'm not just saying, I know people say, oh, this guy's just chilling. Nah, fam. When I was saying real quick, I got to rant on this real quick. When I was saying all this stuff about portable PCs, I had people calling me names saying, no, it's not true. No, it's not this. Oh, no, it's simple. Whatever. Steam Deck. I get it. I get Steam Deck's maybe more simple. But when I said that I returned the ROG Ally, I couldn't return it faster. This is what I'm talking about. This stuff is scamish in my opinion. This is not a portable. This is not a real handheld console device. Listen to what this man says. This man actually being truthful. To other people's credit, there are other big content creators that were also being truthful, but there was a lot of shillers that got that free unit set that were not talking about this at all, you know? So, and websites.
It actually kind of frustrated. And while we talk about this, I'm going to show you the setup process, because it took me over an hour and a half to get this thing set up. I've watched a bunch of these reviews on YouTube for these, and nobody has talked about this. I haven't seen a single person talk about that you have to go to 3 different places to update all your stuff to get this thing working. Now, why is that? I don't know, and I'm not going to say this is the case, but what my hunch is that reviewers are getting sent review devices, which means they get sent the devices like 2 weeks early, so they get a lot of testing time, so they can have extra time to make their video so it can be out the day before launch day, which is what happened with this. And reviewers and companies have this relationship where they know if a reviewer makes a really nasty review about a product and, you know, says the truth, but like maybe it's a bad product, then they know that company is not going to send them review devices in the future. And so there's this delicate dance that reviewers do where they try to tell the truth, but they also don't want to upset the company that gave them the review device, so they're doing this little dance. Well, I'm not going to do that stupid little dance. I bought these devices with my own money, which is not a sustainable business model, because I'm not going to be sent review units early like everyone else. So if you appreciate that I'm just going to tell you exactly how I see it, then please like and subscribe, because without that, then the reviewers who are getting the the early access models and are getting paid to make these reviews, those are the only reviews that you're going to see. And nobody is going to tell you that you have to check 3 different places to update your drivers. Sorry, shameless plug over. I just get actually frustrated. It feels like people like you and I are going to go out and make poor purchasing decisions because they're being deceived because of corporate interests. And that really rubs me the wrong way. It might sound like I am an Xbox Ally hater. I'm not. There are actually a few things that I quite liked, and the number one thing was the ergonomics. I actually think they nailed it. These ergonomics are fantastic.
That was what I was talking about when it comes to people that will sit there and they'll call you names. They'll call you, you Nintendo fanboys. You'll say this. These same people that will call you shit, they had nothing to say on something like this. They were out there DMing Microsoft, begging for a unit. These same people that will sit there and act like they're the consumer advocate, that they're this, that Nintendo's evil, and all this other stuff, and talk about how bad the Switch, when the Steam Deck was coming out, the Switch 1 was cooked. It's done. It's gonna get obliterated. When the Switch 2 is coming out, it's an evil device. It's terrible. It's the worst thing. No discussion, no talk on what makes it actually good in the first place, because you're not downloading 3 separate updates from 3 different places. These are the same morons probably back in the day who thought that the Game Gear was going to beat out the Game Boy because of graphics, and that the PS Vita and the PSP were going to beat out Nintendo DS and 3DS because of graphics, because of this, because of the Nintendo It's the same people, just in different generations, and they'll call you the same names, they'll act the same way, and just like all of them, just like I've seen for almost my entire life of me playing gaming, they're freaking wrong and will never admit it. And like I said, we'll call you names, we'll call you shill while begging Microsoft, while DMing and begging Microsoft for $1,000 unit. But you're the shill, you're the fanboy, you're the this, you're the that. These guys are a joke. And then they're too scared to even come through and talk man to man? While acting like, and then they're too scared to even discuss man to man? Oh man, don't take none of these people seriously. Shoutouts to Sam Alexander Reviews. You earned a sub from me, my boy. You earned a sub from me, even though I did go through his content, not necessarily something, not something that I'm not gonna watch all of his stuff. Looks like you got another video. Microsoft can suck my Asus ROG Ally X review. Okay, he just spent $600 for this ROG Ally, and then he spent $1,000 for the ROG Ally X. So he spent, with tax, he probably spent almost $2,000 on systems. So yeah, I'll go watch his review, but 3.2 views in 9 hours. Yeah, that's not worth. That's why I'm not gonna waste my time reviewing the ROG Ally X. I wasn't gonna do it anyway, but so yeah, man. Switch 1 is not expensive compared to a ROG Ally X. A ROG Ally X is $1,000. A Switch 1, if you want a Switch Lite is $230. A Switch V2 was what, $330, and a Switch OLED is $400. So yeah, that's definitely not the cheapest out there. Definitely could be cheaper, but considering some of the other portable PCs that are coming out, that ROG Ally, by the way, is $600 for that cheaper ROG Ally, and the performance on that is not anything incredible. It does not have incredible performance, and the performance is not like it's way better than Switch 2 or anything like that. The performance is not that. Now the ROG Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally X, that definitely has better performance with most things, with some things, but it's $1,000, so it is, $550 more, and it doesn't come with the dock. Doesn't come with multiple controllers. Obviously, you can use other controllers to sync it up. But yeah. So to me, I'm looking at it this way, man. Bruh. Like, shout outs to Sam. But that's what I was saying with these portable PCs, fam. They are not built to actually be good portable devices. It's a shortcut. Why don't you make a real portable device? And I know it's hard. You can't have all the games. Like, you got to have people port stuff. But man, this isn't it. These portable PCs are not it. It's still not great. Windows is not great for gaming. Like these updates, these different places you got to go through, these bloat. It's silly. It's silly, man. Let's see. Also, the whole PC strategy never mentioned the experience for kids. Adults can figure out this stuff out. How do you think kids will? Yeah, it's definitely not, and that's the reason why these things don't sell. You know, that's the reason why these things don't sell a lot, or you know, it doesn't really do as great as people would think overall. You know, so that's exactly it. Because it is going to be a bad experience for a kid, which you know Sam did put out there. He said, "Yeah, look, like this is it." That's Sam Alexander reviews. So the two options are Switch or Steam Deck and nothing else in my opinion. At least you have a pleasant experience. Yeah, I will say that if you have a Steam Deck is definitely a better experience than a ROG Ally in terms of updating and stuff, but it still has some things that I just like. I don't like the verification system. It's like, okay, some games are verified, some games aren't verified. Even if some games are verified, you play them and it doesn't feel like they're very verified-ish to me. You know, so I think that's the problem that I have overall, and that's why I ended up selling mine, you know. Binding of Isaac physical is coming to Switch too. Oh yeah, the Binding of Isaac is coming, so that's pretty cool. That thing looks way too big. I actually held an Xbox ROG Ally X when I went to Best Buy to go record the demo, and yeah, it's a pretty massive device. I mean, it's pretty it's a chunky boy, but it's comfortable to hold for the most part, but it's definitely chunky. Let's see, Steam Deck is a better experience from what I see. Yeah, I agree, because I had a Steam Deck and I had a ROG Ally. And like I said, I could not get rid of that ROG Ally fast enough. I at least kept the Steam Deck for like, you know, a year plus. Yo, what's up, Jeffrey Tucker? Yeah, a link to the video. Yeah, let me get a link to the video. Let me get you guys that link. Give me a second. Actually, let me just do this. History. Yeah, so if you guys want to watch the full review, he got 81k views on that review though, so that's pretty good. That's not bad at all. There's the full review if you guys want to check it out later. Hey, what's up, Boo Boo? Apologies, I was already mentioned. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Wheezy? Does it looks comfortable to hold, but it'll get heavy during long gaming sessions. I think it might get a little heavy during long gaming sessions. GP win 5 starting out at 1600. I don't see anyone screaming from the drop the price. Yeah, I didn't see anybody screaming drop the price for any of these. But once again, it's because it's their hallowed be thy, like, you know, hallowed be thy by PC. It's because it's PC. It's because it's gaming. You know, it's Steam, and that's inherently better than everything, no matter what. It doesn't matter. It's just better. You know, so that's the reason why you didn't get that from the same people that will call you shill 24/7 on Twitter or whatever the case is, or dress up in suits and, you know, and act like you're a shill and say you're a bootlicker and all that, while they're sitting there, call you a bootlicker while they're sitting there begging Microsoft and asking for $1,000 systems to be sent to them. So yeah, these people expose themselves once again. It's crazy that you can call somebody else a bootlicker or a shill, but then sit here and ask and beg for $1,000 system to review. That's crazy. Buy it with your own money. I bought my own Switch too, you know. So yeah, man. Let's see here. No, my bad. I was thinking about buying an Isaac physical is expensive on Switch One. Oh, okay. Another part is a Switch has a lot more interest. Ain't nobody care about the Xbox system, bruh. It's not Subspace Emissary. It's in the Subspace Emissary, but it's just simply Sticker Brush Symphony from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So it'll play on the DK stage as well, you know. But yeah, there is a set piece with this music in Subspace Emissary for that. Guardian of the Galaxy was verified on Steam Deck for a while. It crashed all the time. Now it's not verified. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of it's like fake verification, or it's like half of my library wasn't even verified. I'll be like, oh, Steam Deck, or like half of my library, it wasn't even supported like verified. Where it was like, okay, you can play it, but who knows what's gonna happen. Like, I hate that, man. Like, dude, I just want it to be optimized. Like, I don't want to have to tinker with anything. If anything, it's just performance mode, regular mode. But like, I don't want to have to sit there and say, oh, well, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, maybe I got to adjust text and fonts. I gave up, man. I quit. I gave up. So I bought Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play that on Steam Deck too. And it was just, the experience was, the text was all small and stuff, and it wasn't like built for it. Like I had to adjust everything, and I'm just like, man, I'm good. Like I'll just wait for you know, I'll just wait for a Switch 2 version of the game. Like, I'll just wait for, and if there is no Switch 2 version of the game, all right, I'm good. I just won't play, you know. So, from the looks of it, Steam Deck tries to lean more towards gaming, while it does the Raw Gallery tries to lean more towards being a PC, being a gaming device. I think Microsoft actually was trying to lean towards it being more of a gaming device too. It just didn't work out that way because it's still a Windows PC at the end of the day. But yeah, obviously, Steam Deck that's Linux, right? It's you know, and they have their Steam OS, which is, you know, patented Steam OS, which has been around for a long time. So I think that's the reason why that one works better overall. You're not a dedicated Tinkerbell. Hey, I'm not a Tinkerbell, dude. I'm not a tinkerer, anything like that. So yeah, I'm just not it. I'm just not it. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that guy, pal. Not that guy. So yeah. I'm waiting for Switch 2 version as well. I hope the newest Star Ocean gets ported over, even though it sucks. Like, I don't think the newest Star Ocean sucks. I just don't think that it's, you know, I don't know if it's that great, but I don't think it's bad. Like, if people that have played it said that it's actually really good. Like, if you play through, give it a chance. Like, it gets better and better. It just takes a little bit of time to get going. So yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. OJ, are you a Gaben fan? No, yes, I'm the biggest Gaben fan in the world, dude. I'm the biggest Gaben fan in the world. I love Gaben. He's like the greatest of all time. Yes, huge Gaben fan. Huge Gaben fan. He's the GOAT, bruh. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Yes. How did you know that? First of all, how'd you know I was a big Gaben fan? How'd you know I was a big Gaben fan, dude? How'd you know? So yeah. All hail Gaben. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Welcome. Gameplay / art, better direction than graphics. Listen, remember? Does anybody remember what I said about the Switch 2 before it launched? I was like, guys, do not expect graphics on Switch 2 to be some type of, like, Nintendo to have some type of, like, crazy graphics that are just transcend everything. What they're going to do is that they're going to make what we all wanted, which was, please just make these games look a bit sharper and run better. I mean, yeah, clearly you need much stronger hardware to get these games running at 60 FPS or even, in some cases, 120 FPS and get them running at, you know, 1440p or 4K or DLSS. Yeah, you're going to need a much stronger system than the Switch 1, but I'm like, we've hit a somewhat peak with graphics. Super Mario Odyssey is great, and the next Mario game is also going to probably look a lot better. But at the end of the day, we don't need a system that's like a million times stronger than the PS5, which had already been out for like, what, 5 years now, right? We don't need a system that's way stronger than that, especially if it's going to be a hybrid. All we need is a system that can just run games a bit better than what we had on Switch 1. Significantly better than Switch 1, and run, you know, some of the stuff that comes out on Xbox and PlayStation. But a lot of developers, if people buy the system, they'll adapt. They'll make sure that their engines are going better, you know? They'll get stuff going. Like we're seeing right now with Resident Evil, you know? So I do think that, like, for me at least, I knew that it wasn't going to be anything super crazy. Because one, there's the, you know, law of diminishing returns. But also, two, Switch 1 graphics are good enough. Like, a lot of the games still look great. They just ran not necessarily the best, you know? Frame rate dips and things like that. So Switch 2 is strong enough to where those games are going to run either locked or they're going to run at 60 FPS with some dips here and there, but at least it's targeting 60 FPS for a lot of the first party games, at least, you know? Yeah, not having choppy, like, third party freaking AA games. Like, that to me was the worst. Was like, okay, we get a AA game and it runs like at 30 with some frame rate dips here and there. Like, that's not good. I definitely needed to pick me up a Switch 1 with N64 PS3 space. Okay. I just bought one of the last Switch 2 Mario Kart bundles for my kid's Christmas. Nice. Excited to have my kid on the Switch 2 sticks. Although she was playing the Switch 1 so long, the rails fell off. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't wait for my son to get old enough to where, like, he can, like, play video games with me. He's still not quite there yet. I think by next year, he's turning 3, so by next year maybe, and then definitely by the time he's 4 or 5, he'll be able to play. But yeah, maybe next year by the time that he's 3, we can actually get some good play, like, you know, gameplay in. So yeah. I want the Astral Chain 4K update bad. I mean, we need 60 FPS more than a 4K update. So I'm hoping that, you know, they can get a 60 FPS, you know. So yeah. 60 FPS update would be great. Would be really good. Really, really, really good, actually. I hope they do that. I really hope they do that. Really hope they do that, man. I was not expecting 4K on Switch 2, man. I was happy with the power jump, especially if this means we get more high quality ports. Listen, when people would say, "Hey, OJ, do you think they're gonna do 4K?" I was like, "No, don't expect that, because if you expect it, then it's not gonna happen, and then people are gonna be angry and mad and this and that." And so, I wasn't expecting 4K, man. I was not expecting 4K. So yeah, that was unexpected. And like the 120 FPS and like the 3D audio and like the HDR and all that, I was not expecting, you know, I was not expecting all of that at all. So yeah. So yeah, Switch 2's got on mine staying here. It works. Okay, shout out Stork. Who wants to be my 12 friends for Animal Crossing? Oh man, that's gonna be tough to get 12 people in the same place for Animal Crossing. So it's gonna be tough. So yeah. Animal Crossing be 4K but no 60 FPS. I guess they don't want the extra. They don't want the extra $5. I talked about this before, Carlos. I think it's something tied to the physics engine, because most Switch 2 editions, they'll bump it up to 60. So being 4K, obviously there's plenty of headroom. They could have bumped the frame rate up, but I'm guessing there's something in the physics engine or graphics that if you do that, it messes things up. It messes the animations up, or it messes up the. It looks weird. It maybe seems like it's just speeding it up. So it's probably hard coded into the engine itself. If you look at, like, let's just say like emulation, you look at it, it just looks like it's sped up real fast, because the game is not supposed to be in 60 FPS, or at least the frame rate, or not the frame rate, sorry, the animations and like the engine itself. So I don't think 60 was going to be viable for this game, or otherwise they would have done it, because once again, you don't need 4K. They could have easily done, like, if it was like system resource wise, they could have easily just done 1440p, right? Or it's probably upscaled DLSS. So obviously the system has plenty of space for the 60. But I think it's really something within the engine to where it's going to look weird, or it's going to be a problem. That's the only reason why I can think that. So, I mean, Animal Crossing, it's a slow moving game that's not competitive really at all. So, I don't think it needs it, but I can see what you're saying for sure. But I'm guessing it's something within the actual physics in there that it would make it look weird, or wouldn't work because of that. But I mean, it's Animal Crossing. I don't think that's the biggest thing, like, with it. I think that the big thing to pay the $5 if you want to would be because you want to get like the extra 4 players online. You want to use the mouse mode for some of the things. Otherwise, you can just play it on your Switch 2. You can just play it at 1080p 30, and it'll play and it'll look just fine. But you just miss out on some of the other things. But you still get the free update, so you don't need to pay. You don't need to pay for the you know, for the update. It's only $5, but you don't need to pay for that. There's too many simulations that would break if you dabble with frame rate. Yeah, like some games you can do it, and some games you can't. From, like, for example, a game like Okami. Okami, for some reason, because of the animations or the brush strokes, I forgot what they said, is that game's not at 60, even on like the Switch, which is much more powerful than the PlayStation 2 or even the Xbox or PlayStation. It still runs at 30, despite being significantly more powerful. But Okami is like hard locked at 30. You know, unfortunately, for the game. So yeah. Yet, despite being on like way more powerful hardware. I'm sure Digital Foundry would give a full explanation for 30 FPS on MC, but I already said. Yeah, I'm guessing. I could be wrong though, but it'd have to be tied to engine or physics. That would be the only reason why I think that it's not that. It was not easy just to go in the game engine and say code for and code for 60 FPS. Yeah, I don't think it's that either, but I think that they could obviously do it. They've done it so many times on Switch 2 already. Like within the first how many months? I mean, we had Breath of the Wild, we had Tears of the Kingdom, we had Kirby in the Forgotten Land, we had Hyrule Warriors Age of well, we had games Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom and Link's Awakening. Those games were targeting 60 but ran well below 60 much of the time. Those are all now hard locked at 60. You know, obviously we have, I mean, what else do we have? There's definitely, and there was other games, like there's been Switch 2 editions of third-party games. Like for example, what's that game? Romancing Saga, that game, that was 30 on Switch 1. It's now 60 on Switch 2. What was it, like the One Piece Pirate Warrior? There's like a number, there was like a number of games that Nintendo showed off that are now 60. Obviously there's games that are unpatched that are now 60. So I'm guessing once again that it's because something within the physics or the engine, and even games that were like, you know, capped at 60, that didn't run above, or sorry, capped at 30, Nintendo would remove the cap and they would work with the game in order to get it there. So I'm guessing it's something like with the physics in the game, the engine itself and the physics. That's what I'm guessing with this one in particular, because once again, they've done it multiple times, and so have third-party companies. So I went and I looked at the emulation of it, and yeah, it looks a little weird. It like looks sped up. So I'm guessing there's something with the physics or the engine in the game that makes it do that. Let's see here. Like the resource time would mean that just make a new game instead. Content update would stop gap for people years. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it would take if they were gonna do it once again, I think it would be something to where they could do it, but I think there's something within the physics that stopped them, because I don't think it would be like, oh man, it's gonna take so much longer to make it 60, because once again, they have it for every single Switch 2 edition of a game so far. Like I don't think that was the hang up. I think there was something like an issue like with the physics engine. Let's see, One Piece Warrior is 60 on Switch 1 now. A few games have the frame rate bump. Okay, nice, yeah. But the engine and physics being tied directly to the game running at 30 FPS, switching to 60 FPS, would it be comparable to rebuilding the game and not worth it from Nintendo POV? Okay, yeah, that's maybe it. There you go. Yo, Kevin with the $2, the Fergie. Yo, hitting us with the 60. Hey, yo, let's go. Shout outs. First throwing a bit, but we out here. And you guys know what time it is. It's time for Noah and Leo flying through the skies. Shout outs. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. 60 on the board. Next one up. I mean, it might be a long shot for a platinum streak tonight. 40 more combos, but we out here. I appreciate that. We do got full extension when it comes down to it, guys. Appreciate that. We still got plenty of time, so if you have questions, feel free to tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence, PlayerEssence by itself. More than happy to answer all of your awesome questions and stuff like that. So feel free to tag me, guys. Feel free. Let's go. Let go. I just wish you didn't have to start a new island when you move your AC file over to Switch 2. Do you have to start a new island when you move your AC file over to Switch 2? Did they say that you have to? You can't just continue on where you were playing? I don't recall that being the thing, but then again, I wasn't paying attention to like all the little fine details and all that. Keep it going. Hey, shout outs Gamer for Life. I appreciate you. But yeah, I see what Mello's saying. Yeah, I don't know if that's the case. I think you can just continue playing from where you were. I don't think you have to start over if you're playing on Switch 2. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to just transfer over your save data and just play from there. I don't think it's a requirement. So yeah. Let's see here. Carlos with the 2 says, surprising to hear P3R sold 7K in Japan for Switch 2. I mean, that's a low amount for Persona, but it's a pretty late port, more than a year and a half now, a year and a half plus of a late port. So I mean, I didn't expect it to do really well. I mean, I think a lot of people are just going to buy it digital too because game key card. So you're probably going to get a lot more digital sales because it is in the top 10 on the US eShop. In Japan, I don't know. I didn't check the Japanese eShop, but I'm pretty sure it's probably in the top 15 or something. So people will buy it digital, people will buy it physical, but yeah, it's pretty late port overall. So I wasn't really surprised or not. It seemed about right in terms of what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting anything more than 10K or so. So right about where I was expecting when it comes to a physical keycard sale, at least for how late the port is. I think that there's definitely going to be other ports that do significantly better. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, I think that's going to do better. I think that Resident Evil, obviously that's going to do better. So yeah. What do you think? Thank you for the $2 though, Carlos Hernandez. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the big 2. Let's go. Thank you for the big 2. Like I said, 38 on the combo board, guys. It is possible. About 45 minutes left. Shout outs. What do you think will happen with the Xenoblade on Switch 2 editions? Will they update everything? I have no idea, but I did make a video about it, Dane. So check out my video. It's possible that they update it one at a time or they do them in a bulk, but we're just gonna have to wait on that. But I did make a vid where I talked about that pretty in depth in terms of it and their new IP. So if you haven't seen that vid, check it out. I think it's a pretty good video. But I did talk about Xenoblade updates quite a number of times already. But my full thoughts on it is right here. So I went over that in a video a couple weeks ago. But yeah, like it's possible, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. But I'm guessing they'd probably announce it before their next new IP or new game that they do. So yeah, it's possible for sure. I did it how many weeks ago? It's October 7th, so at the beginning of the month. So yeah, there you go. Hey, what's up, Boo Ops? Welcome to the stream. Good question though, good question. I get a lot of people asking me about the updates for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Hey, what's OJ? What do you think about the updates for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 1? Are they gonna update? But yeah, it's just one of those. It's like one of those, like I said, wait and see type of situations. But it's definitely possible. I would say I'd give it 30% chance. 30% chance we get those next year. 30%. So yeah. Let's see here. RE7 being 60 FPS on Switch 2 might dip for the 4th time. Why would you buy that game 4 times? That's the problem that I have. Is like that game is not worth it to buy it 4 times. Like once, okay, twice, all right, you're pushing it. 3, 4 times, there's absolutely no way. There ain't no way to buy it. That game for 4 times? No. Absolutely not. No, but I'm picking it up. It'll be the 2nd time for me. So, because I bought it on PS4? Did I buy it on, or was it on Xbox One? I forgot. I have it on PS4, Xbox One, one of those two. Shout outs to Gamer for Life with the $1.99 and says, time for my boy to bed. Thank you. Okay, time for your boy to go to bed. Okay, shout outs, man. I think you're trying to say your boy. Either way, it's either your son or yourself. Either way, appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming out to the stream, bro. Appreciate you, Gamer for Life. I thank you for the $2 dono. Multiple donos tonight, man. Thank you so much. If you guys have more questions, feel free to tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence, PlayerEssence by itself. RE7 is one and done. RE4 forever. I didn't buy. Oh, I know you didn't buy it full price because it hasn't been full price in forever. So, oh my bad. Oh, I was bummed out that OJ. Thanks for correcting me. Hey, it's all good, man. Yeah, I don't think you have to restart. It's a Switch 2 edition game, so you have to remember all Switch 2 edition games. They're not actually new games. It's just the same game, but just built for the Switch 2. It's the same exact thing, but just built for Switch 2. So if you have a save file, it should easily work on there. It's the same thing with Metroid Prime, same thing with, you know, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, same thing with Tears of the Kingdom, same thing with Breath of the Wild. There's no Switch 2 edition where you start up a Switch 2 edition and like you have to start over everything. Because it's literally the same game. It's just running at a high resolution and frame rate, you know, and like whatever extra features they add. Know what's crazy? Actually, thinking about it, I have bought Ocarina of Time 4 times. My God, well, Ocarina of Time is one of the greatest games of all time, so I can understand that to a degree. You know, different systems, different generations, and all that. Let's see, RE7 and RE8 are mediocre. 8 looks fantastic, but it's mid. I'm not a fan of RE7 but I can understand why people like them. I can understand why people think that they're really good. Now, I said, nah, I'm good on RE8 because they didn't have that third person mode from the beginning. And by the time that they added it, I was kind of like, I'll just wait for Switch 2. I was like, I'll wait for the next Nintendo like hybrid system. So, and it ended up coming out. So yeah. So yeah, it is what it is, you know? New RE game looks great. Yes, RE looks great. Looks fantastic. I cannot wait for RE. And like that bundle is looking so good. Looking so good. Gotta put this game. I gotta see this game. What's going on? Like, what the heck is going on here? Why did it do that?
Coach under Harbour.
All right, here we go. All right. Jump Force! Yo, that's it. What? Jump Force! Jump Force 40!
Music request F0GX any track still heading on the way, but here's a limit breaker for you.
Yo.
It's wild that people pay $1,000 for a fat box handheld. Okay, gotta keep driving.
Bro, this is the VadSent show tonight, man. My man VadSent out here saving the stream. Yo, the limit break from VadSent. Yo, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Mr. VadSent. You are out here tonight. Let's go. Jump Force 40. Coming in from VadSent. Yo, Vad, man, we got to definitely, like I said, chat up one time. I know we've been trying to, our schedules have not aligned yet for that to happen, man. But it's going to happen at some point. It's going to happen at some point, my boy. It's going to happen at some point. Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I mean, if we don't hit the platinum, that's okay too, guys. It's all good. I appreciate VadSent for doing that, though, man. That is awesome. 57 on the platinum. So, like I said, I thought I was going to be able to do the marathon stream this week, but I'm definitely not going to be able to do it this week. So we're definitely going to have to try to see if we can plan it for next week, just because this month is pretty much already done skis. So next week probably would be a better bet for it overall. So yeah, I'm guessing next week we should probably get something going for it. Big love though, JoJo Boys, VadSent, Jump Force 40, VadSent. My man out here today. Let's go. Shout outs, man. Combo breaks. You guys know the deal. You guys know what we got to play next. We got to go with the limit break. Let's go. I think a very crisp image quality of Animal Crossing is going to 60 FPS, so I'm not really disappointed at all with the Switch 2 edition considering how sharp it looks. Yeah, I mean, Animal Crossing gameplay isn't really, it doesn't really need 60 FPS. It's not, but like at the same time, I think it's really because more of, you know, like the engine and the physics in that, in terms of hard coding for the game. I think that's really what more the issue is, more so than, you know, they could, like, you know, obviously the system's strong enough to be able to get that done, like they can, you know, do that. But obviously it did not happen, so I'm guessing that's what the issue was there overall. So yeah. Ball Pit is ruining my backlog life. You know, I want to wait on that one because I've heard that it's pretty addictive overall. So yeah, I'm going to double dip RE7 and RE8 on Switch 2. Kind of wish they released it before 9. Yeah, that's what some other people were saying. They wish that they did it before so they had time to play it. But for me, it's really more just about having the game. I mean, I'm not going to be able to, I'm not going to play RE7 and RE8 before RE9. Like, I want to play RE9, even though I have not really played RE8 much, but I want to play RE9, you know? RE7 I've played, I don't like it. Maybe I'll give it another shot on Switch 2, but yeah, obviously it'd be great if they did it maybe a little bit before, but I think that they just wanted to drop it all on the same day, get everybody hyped for it, you know, and just pick it up, just buy it. Even though you might not play, just buy it. Instead of getting it separately. So, but I feel you on that one though. I think it's like it's probably like a marketing thing, you know. Overall, just get the whole pack there at the same time. And then people who maybe want to buy like that limited edition pack, it's like, okay, well now I gotta wait to get that or to play it. So yeah. What is Ball Pit? Ball Cross Pit, it's like a rogue, like, pinball action game thingy. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Good game. Jump Force. Jump Force. Greatest live stream ever in the history of live streams. Baron. Baron Black. Greatest one. So yeah. Now they can throw Steam versions in the can since it's native now. Yeah, I think that's the best thing about these. They're native, so they're not cloud-based. So that's the one thing that I knew that I was like, hey, look, you know, these need to be not cloud-based, because I did not buy those cloud ones, you know? Did not buy those cloud ones, so yeah. Now, so yes, don't need the Steam versions anymore. Or even for me, like, any of the other versions, I'm good, so yeah. Sad to hear MK Collection doesn't have lobbies. Guess I'll get it when it goes on sale. Yeah, I saw that about the MK Collection. You know, just gotta wait. They're gonna add it, but it's not there at launch, so it's incomplete at launch. But how can you not launch with the lobby? Isn't that, you know, people say that, you know, Nintendo's behind the most on online, and you have a company that's been doing online, that's been doing all this in terms of NetherRealm and Digital Eclipse, and they can't even get the online, you know, lobbies set up at launch. So that's crazy, you know? But like I said, you can wait for it. I mean, don't gotta buy it day one. You can wait. But yeah, it would have been great if it was actually right there at launch, you know? So that would have been great for sure. Kingdom Hearts native. Well, that's a different company. But yeah, hopefully we get some native version of Kingdom Hearts. But it depends. Square Enix might not want to port over Kingdom Hearts. They might not think it's worth it. But I'm guessing they'll port over Kingdom Hearts at some point. At some point, they'll put it over. So yeah. At some point. Last day to get Unicorn Overlord, $24 on 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim on eShop sale. Okay, those are pretty good. I got both of those physical. I got 13 Sentinels. I got a review code for that, I think, or I bought it at some point. I don't remember, but I have it. I think I have it on PS4 and I have it on Switch 1. I have Unicorn Overlord on Switch 1 and I have it on PS5. But yeah, last day. MK1 doesn't have lobbies to this date. MK1 doesn't have friend lock. Wait a minute, hold up. MK1, the newer game, you can't play your friends in that game? You can't play in a simple lobby? Are you serious? Are you serious? That's crazy. Are you for real on that one? SMT5 Vengeance 27. Yes, MK1. That's crazy, man. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. Overall, man. Like, no lobbies. Wonder why that wasn't a bigger deal then, when it comes to what people were thinking. I know why it wasn't, but hey, it is what it is. I know why it wasn't. I know why people didn't make it a bigger deal and say that it's the console manufacturer's fault or stuff like that. Shout outs to Greg's birthday. Hey, happy birthday, Greg. Let's go. Let's all give Greg a happy birthday on this platinum streak Greg birthday day. Hey, yo, let's go, man. I appreciate that. Shout outs. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, this song's super long. Let's just get to this. Nintendo would have gotten chewed out for. Oh my god, they would have, bro. Like, imagine if Splatoon or something didn't have friend lobbies. I mean, they get chewed out even when they include all the like a lot of the features and stuff, which some of it's of course rightfully so. But yeah, that's crazy that MK1 never even got it at all. So yeah. So yeah. And I'm seeing this once again. I see this so much, and I talked about this before in terms of I've been seeing so many people pick up the Nintendo Switch 2, and it happens maybe because it's the algorithm, but this happens to me. I don't know if you guys are getting the same thing, but I see this so much on Twitter where people say, Stan said, bro, I put this on my credit card. A credit card with a limit is really a danger. So this, I mean, I see this all the time with people showing up that they're getting a Switch 2. Like, I see this all the time. You got a plushie, you got a Joy-Con grip case thingy, you got a camera, you got a Pro Controller, you got an extra Joy-Cons. This man out here, really. He said, we out here today. Got himself the extra pair of, you know, fresh Joy-Cons, you know? This man's out here. But I've seen so many posts like this, bro. Like, I've seen so many posts like this, and that's what we need. If people want to know why, the reason why I talk about this is because I want Switch 2 to have a lot of third-party support. I want Switch 2 to do well, so then we get more games. The better the system does, the more third-party support that we get. Let me give you guys an example. With Switch 1, the reason why Switch 1 was dry in the first year of third-party games was because a lot of third-party developers did not believe that the Switch 1 would do well. They did not believe the power of the system. They felt that it wouldn't do well. So they're like, man, it might be like another Wii U or even a 3DS launch where it takes a little bit of time to get going. So they'll wait to put their games. With Switch 2, they believed in the system from the very beginning because the Switch 1 was record-breaking, and Nintendo showed them that they have confidence because we're releasing this software and it's going to be called Switch 2. We got a good marketing plan. So a lot of developers were like, okay, we're going to support it. Plus, it's powerful enough for a lot of the games. So there's a chance, though, if the Switch 2 stops doing well, that developers will be like, you know what, we're good on this, you know? So that's why I like to highlight, like, oh, like, you know, nice, you got your system, blah, 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 because the better it does, the more games we get, plain and simple. That's just a fact at this point. So I'm just going to put nice, man, enjoy. You know, so it's definitely a good thing. Once again, definitely a good thing. MK1 gets clowned, to be honest. Okay, I know MK1 gets clowned. I just didn't know how much it got clowned. I know it got clowned for like other things like balance. I didn't know it you couldn't play against like your friends. That seems crazy. Diablo Prime Evil Edition on sale right now on the eShop, $20. Oh, the Diablo 2 and 3 along with bonus that's actually pretty good for $20. It's not bad. I mean, fair coming off the Wii U and all. Oh, absolutely fair coming off the Wii U. Coming off the Wii U and the 3DS slow start, it was 100% fair. But that's why I told you guys, even back, you can go back and watch my videos, Psychopie. You know, you were like, you know, I think you were like 10 years old at that time. But when I was making videos, Psychopie, on like like explaining third-party support, I made 3 videos over the course of a year why Switch 1, and people said I was damage controlling. I was like, no. This is the reason why. The reason why is because they did not trust that Nintendo was going to be there. Like, this system was going to do well. And I said, if Nintendo does well with the Switch 1 and they continue to sell well, you're going to see more third-party games. And that's exactly what happened. And then for the successor, you're going to see them really kind of, you're going to see them really, like, take off when it comes to third-party. And we're getting that. We're already getting day-and-date games. We're not even a year into the Switch 2, and we're getting day-and-date big third-party games. So, for example, day-and-date Silksong. That's an indie title, but you guys know what I mean. Obviously, exclusive, like Hades 2. That game's great. But we're also getting, like, day-and-date Resident Evil. That's a day-and-date game. So that's definitely a very good thing to see day-and-date Resident Evil. And I think next year you're going to get more day-and-date. You also have Borderlands was supposed to be day-and-date, but obviously got delayed. But what's the other game? You have the 007 game. That's going to be day and date as well. So there's definitely more. I mean, with the Switch 1, I don't recall a single AAA game that came out day and date. I can't think of a single AAA game, especially a Western game, maybe a Japanese game, but I can't think of a single Western game that was day and date on Switch 1, like AAA game. So yeah. But yes, it was definitely fair coming off the Wii U, you know. It was fair. It was fair. So RE9 would be my first Resident Evil. Do I need to play the other Resident Evils first? You don't need to, but I highly recommend it, you know, or at least understanding the stories of the other Resident Evils, because it uses a character that's already in the lore. It's probably going to have another big character that's deep in the lore. So yeah, I recommend either playing the games or at least watching a roundup of like a retrospective. I mean, you don't have to, but yeah, I recommend it. But how have you not played any Resident Evil games? What's going on here, man? What's going on here? So, so yeah. Happy birthday, Nova Greg, man. Appreciate you, fam. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Let me get this other music going here. Got some F-Zero music from my man Vincent. Let's go. Let's go. Capcom said you don't need to play other Resident Evil games, but it helps out a lot. I mean, of course they're gonna say that. Nintendo also said that you don't need to play other Xenoblade games to play Xenoblade 3. But you should probably play the other Xenoblade games before you play Xenoblade 3. How they gonna tell you, hey, yeah, you don't have to. First timers, you can just jump right in, bro. No, like, yeah, you can, but it's like, oh, who's Nia? Okay, well, yeah, she's in a previous game. Oh, who's Melia? Oh, yeah, she's also in a previous game. Oh, how about this world that you're on and all that? Oh, maybe it came from 2 other worlds that were fusing. Oh, by the way, there's all this other, like, it's like, dude, you need to play the other games, or you need to know what happened in the other games. Like, plain and simple, you know? So, yeah. Like, I get it, but no, you should play the other games. Do I need to play them in order? I mean, that's usually the way that you do it. You do it in order, but there's so many Resident Evil games. I don't recommend playing every single Resident Evil game because there's too many Resident Evil games. But I would say if you want to pick which one that you need to play, I would say if I had to pick the importance, I would say play Resident Evil 2, 4, Code Veronica, 7 and 8, or maybe just 8, and then this new one. But I mean, that is even, I'm not going to say that's foolproof, but it's Ashcroft, so you definitely need to play Veronica. You need to play 8. You need to play 8, you need to play Veronica, you need to play 4, you need to play, yeah, you need to play 2, 4. I mean, at least maybe you can cut out 2, but 4 for sure. 4, 8, Code Veronica. Yeah, 4, 8, and Code Veronica for sure. Those 3 for sure. But yeah. You need to play the other Xenoblade games before 3. Yeah, you need to play the other Xenoblade games. You need to understand, you know, like, what those were as well, you know? So yeah. Let's see here. I don't get why we always have this discussion with Xenoblade. It's literally a numbered, interconnected story. Just play it in order. Well, yeah, I mean, I just brought it up. Nobody actually brought up Xeno. But, yeah. I just brought it up because, like, when people say that about Xenoblade, it's like, yeah, you gotta play them. Yeah, that's why I said you gotta play Code Veronica. You gotta play Code Veronica, so... Let's see here. The newest Requiem trailer does give us a look back of the story of Resident Evil in order to get ready for Requiem. Yeah, I mean, it does, but you miss out on a lot of things with that. But I mean, I guess we can check that out too, right? Let's check that out. I think it's like 12 minutes. Resident Evil. Okay, for some reason... The PlayStation one is 8 minutes, and then the Resident Evil one is 10 minutes. Okay. Alright, yeah, we can check this out.
Welcome, and thank you for joining. I'm your host, Maggie Robertson. Today, we're giving you a briefing on all things Resident Evil, including a look back on its terrifying legacy, so you can be prepared to take on the series' latest installment, Resident Evil Requiem, releasing February 27th, 2026. I'm also thrilled to announce that pre-orders for Resident Evil Requiem begin today. Are you ready for the horrors ahead? To prepare you for Resident Evil Requiem, we've created a special recap. A look back at how we got here, the legendary characters, the unforgettable terrors, and the chilling details that may be important to remember as you continue to venture into the nightmare that awaits.
Man, this lady's nose is thin, but I mean, she's cool because she's the voice of the lady from Resident Evil 8, The Village.
So let's begin with the events leading up to the 1998 Raccoon City incident. Many years prior, a group of researchers discovered the progenitor virus in Africa. Among these researchers was Oswell E. Spencer, a man of immense wealth and influence. Together, they founded the Umbrella Corporation, which on the surface seemed like an ordinary pharmaceutical company. But Umbrella's true purpose, driven by Spencer's ambition to reshape humanity, was to advance virus research and bioweapons development. Many years later, one of Spencer's collaborators, James Marcus, would successfully develop the T-virus. However, in 1998, the virus leaked from a research facility in Raccoon City, located in the American Midwest. The virus spread throughout the city, triggering an unprecedented pandemic and mutating its residents into flesh-eating zombies. Only the bravest souls were fearless enough to fight the infected and the monstrous bioweapons born from the T-virus. Rookie cop Leon S. Kennedy, college student Claire Redfield, STARS agent Jill Valentine, and a handful of others were able to prevail and eventually flee the city. Fearing further spread, the US government launched a sterilization operation, destroying Raccoon City.
A nuke, by the way. They nuked it.
The Umbrella Corporation eventually went bankrupt due to the mounting evidence brought to light. However, its legacy lives on. And as for the survivors, their story was just beginning. Some, like Raccoon City journalist Alyssa Ashcroft, sought to expose Umbrella's darkest secrets. Some hunted the bioterrorists who weaponized Umbrella's research. Others set out to unveil the real truth behind the government's sterilization operation.
Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil
The
6.
aftershocks of the Raccoon City incident would be felt for decades to come, and coincide with other increasingly frequent bioweapon-related outbreaks. Caught up in one such bioweapon-related tragedy was an ordinary man by the name of Ethan Winters.
It's Resident Evil
Ethan was
7.
searching for his missing wife, Mia. Following an anonymous email, he finds himself in the bowels of the bayou at the Baker estate,
Yes, Resident Evil 7.
where he's greeted by a deranged family infected by a horrifying ailment. Ethan fought to escape their madness and rescue his wife. 3 years later, Ethan would face a new nightmare. This time, his baby daughter Rose is taken away by Chris Redfield, the legendary hero who survived countless bioterror incidents.
Fat Chris.
Ethan's quest to rescue his daughter led him to a mysterious, treacherous village ruled by Mother Miranda and the Four Lords. Like the Baker family, the village residents were turned into nightmarish creatures. And those four powerful lords, well, one of them was more powerful and stunning than the others. What a goddess. Oh, my apologies. Now, where was I? Mother Miranda, who shares a deep connection with Umbrella founder Oswell E. Spencer, played a key role behind the village incident. Separately, it was revealed that an insidious force known simply as the Connections was
Let me read a couple questions. I wonder if Capcom acknowledges RE6 given how badly it was received. They already, you missed a part of RE6 in there. When they talked about, they actually put RE6 footage in here. When they said after all of like what happened with the, Raccoon City and the nuke and all that, they all went on their separate ways to find out more about it. Leon was there in RE6. So there was RE4, obviously there's RE4, but then they actually had RE6 Leon as well. Because, so yeah, they have that in there. And obviously Chris Redfield's part of RE6, but they use footage from RE6 Leon. I know it was kind of hard to see, but you missed it. But they definitely put some RE6 footage in there. And another thing, RE6 has sold incredibly well. It sold over 1 million units on Switch 1 by itself. So while yes, it was a little bit of a disaster when it comes down to certain things with the game, I don't think Capcom is ashamed of it or anything like that. But yeah, they did put in RE6 footage in there, but RE6 is really weird and it's kind of all over the place. So yeah, but it's important in terms of the overall story as well. So yeah.
operating from the shadows and also played a key role in the incident. To this day, little is known about the Connections. Ethan Winter's terrifying two-part tale was as chilling as it was exhilarating. An immersive horror experience witnessed from Resident Evil's first ever first-person perspective. Both titles will be available in the content-rich Gold Edition for Nintendo Switch 2 on February 27th, 2026.
There you go.
They'll feature post-story scenarios and extra game modes. Resident Evil Village will also include a third-person gameplay option.
This is what I'm talking about, okay, guys? This is what I'm talking about. You got to make sure that you put in the third-person gameplay mode. That'll get me to actually play the game down now that there's a third-person gameplay mode in here. And remember, it's the Gold Editions, so it comes with all of the extra content, all of the stuff available, and they're highlighting it with the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm pretty sure Nintendo and Capcom have a marketing deal for this game, because there's a lot of marketing stuff like with Amiibo. So obviously there's marketing deals with this game, but I think Nintendo is very, very much trying to get you guys to buy it on the Switch 2 instead of other systems, because this is excessive, right? You've got obviously this thing that they added in here with this, but then you also have the Amiibo, you have the Pro Controller, and you have the Generation Pack, offering it for $10, and it's a limited time. So something tells me that Nintendo's just trying to sweeten the deal in order to get people to buy it on Switch 2, which I think it's going to work for some people. Without that Generation Pack, it's a game key card. I think some people that have PS5 and Switch 2 are going to be like, oh, I'll get the PS5 version. But with that Generation Pack, with the Amiibo, with the controller, it might kind of sway, hey, I'll just go all in on the Switch 2 version, especially if the Switch 2 version runs well. So I think Nintendo's really trying to make sure that this game does well on Switch 2, which is important, obviously, you know. Yes, Capcom released an update a number of years ago to make Resident Evil 8 in third person. They don't have it for Resident Evil 7, so unfortunately there is no third person mode for Resident Evil 7 on Switch 2 or on any platform, but on Resident Evil 8 there is a third person mode. Is it weird? Yes. Is it a bit wonky? Yes, because the game is meant to be played in first person, but it's better than being nauseous and taking Dramamine, and it's just better than first person sucks. So for Resident Evil, I don't think Resident Evil should be in first person, but I know people disagree with me. So if you like Resident Evil in first person, that's fine too, you know.
And if February 27th sounds familiar, it's because it is. These two terrifying titles are releasing the same day as Resident Evil Requiem, the series' newest, most chilling installment, where you'll play FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft as she confronts her haunted past and uncovers the truth behind the Raccoon City.
You can play
incident.
X whenever you want.
Prepare yourself for a new chapter of Resident Evil and a story that pushes the series forward, using gameplay that has evolved in terrifying new ways. Resident Evil Requiem will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Steam, Nintendo Switch 2, and for the first time in series history, the Epic Game Store.
There you go.
You'll be able to choose between two editions, Standard and Deluxe.
Deluxe.
The Deluxe Edition includes the same base game as the Standard Edition, plus an exclusive pack of costumes and weapon skins. And for pre-orders, players will also get the exclusive Grace's Costume Apocalypse. Let us now turn our attention to the exquisite offerings that accompany Resident Evil Requiem. Our special edition Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller is coming soon. Featuring Resident Evil Requiem design and styled in gunmetal-inspired black, this original controller boldly showcases in-world newspaper articles from the game, capturing its dark and immersive atmosphere. Launching the same day as the game itself, you can bring home both on February 27th, 2026.
That's that $100 controller.
Believe it or not, we have even more incredible news. We're excited to announce our daring protagonist, Grace Ashcroft, will become Resident Evil's first ever amiibo in summer 2026. Stay tuned for more details.
Okay.
Soon, you'll be...
I think that this is going to propel Resident Evil to finally get a character in Super Smash Brothers. I think in the next Super Smash Brothers game, there's going to be a third-party Resident Evil character. I'm almost positive that there will be at least one Resident Evil character. Probably Leon, if not Leon, Jill Valentine. Jill Valentine or Leon, one of those two. I think for sure we're getting a Resident Evil character in Super Smash Bros. I think it's long overdue at this point. I think it's long overdue, but we'll see. We'll see.
Be able to flaunt your Resident Evil fandom in Fortnite. When you purchase Resident Evil Requiem through the Epic Games Store, you'll receive special Fortnite items, such as the Grace outfit, after the game launches. More details to come.
Or Chris,
But for those of you that simply cannot wait to jump back into the world of Resident Evil, you're in luck. We've severed the price on multiple Resident Evil titles to make your Halloween more heart-pounding, hair-raising, and bone-chilling than ever. As you may know, Resident Evil is celebrating 30 years of terror, with many more nightmares soon to come.
Look at that anime poster in the background.
While our time today has come to an end, we hope to see you again very soon during the Resident Evil Showcase early next year, where we'll descend even deeper into all things Resident Evil Requiem.
Of course there's going to be a Resident Evil
Thank you all
showcase.
for joining.
Of course there's going to be a Resident Evil showcase next year. Of course there's. They have to.
Alyssa died 8 years ago. Perhaps it's time for you to face the past.
Grace. They're coming.
Grace, confront that fear.
There's nothing like having a bald black guy in a video game. Like, if you don't got one, you better get one, you know? Because, like, and he's got to be bald. He's got to be bald. Like, if it's like when you're working for, like, FBI stuff, if he ain't bald, then it ain't real. It ain't. It ain't real if he ain't bald.
I'm Miss Ashcroft. Come in.
Notice how Ethan's not in that poster? He shouldn't be in that poster. Ethan's a scrub.
There's no escaping your destiny.
Hey! What did you hide behind that painting?
We have so much to do.
Who are you? Why me?
So, okay, now I realize why the PlayStation one was like 2 minutes less, because it doesn't have all the Nintendo stuff in there. The amiibo, the Pro controller, the all the stuff that they talked about with that. They don't got like this. Oh, here's the Switch 2 version for the first time and all that stuff. So that's the reason why. No, man, but that was good. That was good. Like I'm excited for the game. Like I said, this is gonna be huge when it comes to just like when it comes to hopefully once again people picking it up on Switch 2. and there being more of an audience to actually play these type of games, and entice more developers, obviously big third-party developers, to pick up or to make games on Switch too. So yeah, for sure, it's great, good stuff overall. All right, though. Hit that like button, though, guys. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate it. So hit that like button. Bald saves on polygons. That's, you know what? That's true. Bald does save on like hair rendering and stuff like that. If everybody was bald, it would just be so much easier in order to actually get everything done. You know, so that's true. It does save on money and time. I think they even put Grace in that poster. Yeah. And yeah, there's like I said, there's the amiibo. Great. I mean, because like Ethan's not a memorable character. Ethan's not a memorable character. You never see his face. The whole character of Ethan is stupid. Like, it's just dumb. It really is, and I don't like it. That's one thing that really turned me off to playing the games. I know that they're good games, but like I like to have like my hero of Resident Evil, and like somebody that you don't ever see their face. And he's always getting his hands chopped off and stuff. It's so weird. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, the dude gets hurt. And what does he do? He doesn't eat herbs when he gets hurt. He doesn't do stuff like that. What does he do? He puts freaking medic oil, medic juice on his hands. Like, that's insane. Like, literally, that's just dousing juice on his hands. And once again, he's always getting his hands cut off. And then they just grow back. Or then he just, like, bolts them on. Like he's freaking, I don't know, like, Mega Man or something like that. Or who be changing their arms? Like, the arms? It's like arms. Min or something. Spring Man. Like, it's crazy, dude. It's legitimately crazy. I don't like Resident Evil 7 or 8 in terms of the character. I don't like it at all. Yeah, he's always pouring damn liquid. Like, if you want to heal, it's not like a herb. You just douse yourself with liquid on your hands. Like, I don't know. I'm being petty right now. And I'm being stupid and petty. But, like, I've been playing Resident Evil since the beginning. And I'm not a fan of that. Like, Resident Evil is always built on strong character leads. With strong characters. With personalities. And with, you know, not like Chrono Trigger silent protagonist. You know, like, that's not something that I think Resident Evil should be associated with. To me, it should be like, you know, Leon. It should be, you know, it should be Chris Redfield. It should be Jill Valentine. You know, Wesker. You know, you have, like, yeah, he's a villain, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like, that should be, like, it. You know, it should not be just random dudes looking to save their wife. What is this? You know, Mario? Going to go save the Princess Peach? Like, what is this? Like, I dislike the whole setup. I'm just a random guy, and I just stumbled across the bayou. Like, bruh, what? What is this? I hate Resident Evil 7. I think I hate Resident Evil 7. I think I do. Like, I really dislike Resident Evil 7. Oh, man, I really dislike Resident Evil 7. I don't like the setup. I don't like how they did it. I don't like it at all. I don't like some guy just stumbling in. His girlfriend was kidnapped, and oh, now I'm just going to be a guy. Oh, well, I got infected by a virus when I'm there, and now I can regrow, and no. No. Where's an actual real hero? Where's a real hero at? So, anyway, that's my rant. I'm done. Grace definitely seems like a better protagonist. Absolutely. At least I can see her face, you know? So yeah. I think Resident Evil 7's a good game. It's just not for me. I don't think it's like when you look at, like, okay, what makes a game good or bad? Resident Evil 7, obviously it's pretty good, you know, for survival horror gunplay. It's got great graphics, you know, it's got good sound design and audio and stuff. So it's not like it's like you know, broken, busted, or bad game, you know. It's just not for me, you know. Simeon Corn with the $5 dono and says, RE9 has a lot of stuff for Nintendo. I'd just like to show you my Switch 2 Arceus skin, but I can't post without paying. Subscribe, please help. RE4 infiltration. You can link me on Twitter. So if you can just tag me on Twitter, and I can show it on here after that. Shout outs to Simeon Coin. I appreciate that. Let me get your music going for you. RE4 infiltration. All right. don't know where the... Okay, here we go. There it is. Thank you, Simeon Quinn, with another $5 dono. You did a 5 earlier as well. Appreciate that. 111 combo breaker. A lot of it, my man, Vad sent, but I appreciate that, guys. Thank you for the support today. Let's go. It's just a video game. That's true. The Rose DLC was good third-person camera. The Rose DLC, I think you do hate RE7, but it's understandable. It scares the heck out of me though. Like, I don't hate, like, hate is a strong word. Like, I don't hate it as in like it's the worst game ever. There's definitely worse games. I just don't like the I think I hate the concept of Resident Evil 7. The game itself is fine, but the concept of I'm just the guy and I go find my girlfriend or my wife and she just happens to be in the bayou with these crazy people. Wow, look at this. Let me go find these bakers out here. Like, I'm not a fan of the concept of it. That's not what I like with Resident Evil. They're back to what I like with Resident Evil, with Resident Evil Requiem. Back using a strong lead. They're back, okay, hey, tying it back to the previous, you know, certain things that have happened, which Resident Evil 7 and 8 did that as well. But I just wasn't a fan. I'm just not a fan of it. So I don't hate it though. Like, hey, like I said, hate's a strong word. So but I don't want to go play Louisiana Resident Evil. Like, that's just, I wasn't like Raging Cajun Louisiana, you know, New Orleans Saints. That's not what I wanted to do. Resident, I do not want to go play in the swamp, you know, or Resident Evil Bayou Saints, you know. That's not what I was looking for. That's not the concept I was looking for. I mean, Resident Evil Village is definitely better concept. Okay, we're out in like this remote, what is it, European village or something like that. I'm not really sure where you're at, but like the concept of RE8 is definitely better. I will agree. It's 100% better. So it's not gonna lie. After I saw that in game, I turned that bleep off. Wait, what are you talking about, Chalice DJ? Hey, it's all good. Reckon 67. I gotta make another Xenoblade video coming up here. So I gotta make some more Xeno videos. I like how RE8 fleshed out 7 though, but yeah, Ethan is lame as heck. Yeah, and that's great. You know, that's great. I'm glad that they did too. But yeah, no problem, Reckon, man. I do my best with the Xeno stuff. Xeno's great. Xeno's love. Xeno's life. Everybody with the Xeno, baby. You know, Xeno boys and girls, of course. So I like it. Lean back to more horror. Maybe I tried the Silent Hill PE too much. Overall, I think it's good. Yeah, I think that's what some people think as well. You know, that it's like, okay, they did more back to the horror vibes, and that's why I say it's not a badly built game. It's just, like I said, not for me. You know, overall. So yeah. RE2, RE3, RE4 remakes better than RE7, RE8. Yeah, I mean, RE4 remake is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, I mean, RE4 is one of my favorite games of all time, and RE4 remake is absolutely spectacular. I loved playing it back in 2023. I played the heck out of that game. I think I put 30 hours into it. It was great, even though, you know, the faster you're supposed to beat it, it's better. But I played it on the professional mode, like the hardest difficulty from the beginning. Oh man, I love that game. That game's great. So give me RE4 any day. I'll take RE4 any day. I'm not the biggest fan of RE3. RE2 I did like, but I'm not a huge fan of Mr. X just running at you all the time. Like, I don't like that type because it doesn't let me explore the way that I feel like exploring. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. But out of those games, I'll take RE2, 3, and 4 over RE7 and 8. But for me, RE4 is like perfect. RE5, you know, RE5 is great. I love RE5 more than those games too. RE5, RE6, I don't like RE6. I think it's bad, but you know, I did beat Leon's campaign. I thought that was pretty good. But to me, RE4 and RE5, those are like the gold standard RE game. Those are my favorite ones, man. Those are like my favorite ones. So yeah. I would have got RE9 physically, but it's a key card, so I'm gonna get it digitally. I mean, yeah, it's all dependent on what. I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. The only difference is that if you want to be able to sell the game or not. Like, if you want to be able to sell it or trade it or something in the future, then obviously a key card would be better. If not, then digital's fine. Or if you want to have something for your display, like, to display the game like on your shelf. But I will say that if you get it physical, they have like that box for $90. You get RE7, 8, and 9 for $90. It's a great deal. So just something to think about in terms of that as well. So yeah. Should I play RE games on Xbox given the cloud version stuff? Also Code Veronica on Xbox? I don't know about all that in terms of it. I'd say don't play any cloud stuff though. But Xbox has all those games native. You don't need to play a cloud. So they have all those games native. And they're fairly cheap. But as we saw from that recap, I mean, really what you need to play is I think they even showed it. They emphasized the games that you probably need to play more than anything. And that would be RE4, which they talked about. I mean, RE2, RE4, Code Veronica, 7 and 8. Those are kind of like the order to play in, you know, or just to play the games. But I mean, Xbox has all of them native, so you can get them all native if you want. Let's see. Say, Mr. X was annoying as hell. One of the reasons I never replayed the remake. Yeah, I played Leon's campaign in RE2 remake. And then I played Claire's campaign, and I got tired of it. I already did all that crap, and then I have to do it again, running around. They should have made it to where Claire's campaign is like where, I don't know, it's like different, but maybe not, whatever. But no, they wanted the same experience for whatever. But yeah, I was not a fan of having to redo that, running away from Mr. X all. Like, I didn't like that, so I just said I'm good. I played Leon's, beat it. Played Claire's, was playing it, had to do that same crap again. I'm like, I'm not doing this for like another, 10 hours or whatever. I'm good. And I just cut it off. I said I'm good, and I just watched the ending, like what Claire gets. So yeah, I just did that. I wasn't about to go through all that crap again. Was not about to go through that whole thing again, man. I was good. So yeah. Right, let me see here. I think I have this. Where are we at on time? Oh boy, we have absolutely went. Oh, I did not even notice we were having so much fun talking about Resident Evil. I totally slipped on the time. Okay, so we are good on time here, guys. My bad. So if you have not checked out my most recent video, watch my most recent video. I talk about Animal Crossing and other things as well. So if you have not seen it, check it out. But I think I want to show you guys this video more so than anything, and that is the video discussing 11 big unannounced Nintendo Switch 2 system sellers. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. You're okay, Commander DMB. So check out this video right here if you guys haven't seen it. The video is up, check that out as well. So thank you guys so much for coming out to today's stream, man. I seriously appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being awesome. You guys have been great. Like I said, you guys have been incredible. So I appreciate that. So thank you guys so much for coming out, man. Seriously, thank you guys for coming out to the stream. And yeah, I will see you guys for the next one. We're going to be back tomorrow for JoJo Friday. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys. Love y'all so much. Thank you guys for the donos. Shout outs to Mr. Vadcent. Shout outs to Simeon Coin. Thank you to everybody that dropped donos today. You guys were all great. Gamer for Life, Greg's birthday, Carlos Hernandez. You guys were awesome, man. So I appreciate y'all. So yeah, we will see you guys for the next one. That'll be tomorrow for JoJo